Good evening and welcome to Schnozzcast episode 105 for Saturday, December 26, 2020. The last Schnozzcast of 2020, boys.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's sad.
It doesn't have to be. We could do one on Thursday.
We will not do one on Thursday.
Can we do one every week until the new year?
We're not
or every day until the new year.
We're not going to do one on Thursday?
No.
When are we doing it?
I don't even know that we knew.
Father Podcast?
I don't even know.
Tell us, oh wise one.
We didn't even know we were doing this one until like a couple of days ago.
Maybe when you decide when it's going to be, I won't let you have it over here.
It's going to be Friday or Saturday. Is that still 2020?
I don't know. Maybe it will be. So. Maybe it'll be Friday. Maybe it'll be Saturday. Maybe next week.
It will be next year. That we know that for sure.
Wait, as a matter of fact, if we're doing it on Saturday, we will be
Friday.
Let's go Saturday.
Why are you going Saturday?
I don't know. No reason.
We're not going to have
somebody's birthday?
It might be.
We're not going to have a Schnozzcast New Year's party or a birthday New Year's party.
Well, I think he's talking about having a birthday party.
Okay.
Why?
I'm not going to be a part of this because
his birthday infringe on the 30 days of Nickmas or something?
No, I've been there's been some finger wagging when I've thrown him a birthday party before. So.
Oh, not by me.
No.
Oh, okay. Good. You're looking at
by
me,
the birthday boy.
Well, that's fair.
So I will not be a part of any birthday shenanigans this year because it comes back to me just being all by myself. So.
Oh, all right.
That's what I was told.
I don't. Well, Cory, you got to speak up here.
He knows.
No one else knows.
He's aware.
That's not how our podcast works. Generally, you talk to the audience and you explain to them what you're talking about.
He's changing the episode number.
Perhaps if we all talked in code for the next 2 hours.
I thought
we'll
you were
get those
familiar
code
with
breaker European listeners.
I thought you were familiar with the story.
I am, but I'm not going to repeat it because I wasn't involved in it. So one of you guys should probably. Yeah, no, if we're going to bring it up.
I was just told after we threw him a big birthday party at the bar that I did it for myself. So no more. You're done.
Cory, anything to say?
Bite the hand that feeds you.
Oh, that's a true story.
See?
So for our listeners who are struggling to catch up with what the fuck you guys are talking about, it was your birthday. Was this last year?
It was 2 years ago? Last year, 2 years ago?
I think 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
So Nick decided to throw him it's Cory's birthday night at the bar. That night. And at some point in the proceedings,
I think it was after. Or no, it might have been during. It might have been during. I said, you gotta, because it wasn't just like, oh, hey, me and a couple jackasses going to the bar. It was like his favorite people that he hasn't seen in a while, like reached out to them, like a lot of choreography going on. You know. Okay, so you Bob Fosse that bitch all the way to the end of the night, and at some point during the night, Cory came up to you and said, "Hey, buddy." I said like, "Hey, I hope you're having a good time." Yeah, that's fine. It's just the bar.
It's fine.
Just the bar. I said the bar. I said, how do you think all these fucking people got here?
I think that's what did it. Was he was just taking a lot of credit for getting everyone there.
I didn't take any credit.
It sounds like he deserved the credit.
I wanted to know if you had a good time. That's all I was asking. And it was like he was like,
But to be clear, he probably wanted some of the credit.
Of course he did.
Like I said, you don't have to mean it. Just tell me what you need to hear.
I didn't bring those people there. You didn't bring those people there. I mean, they came there for you, but they wouldn't have come there if he hadn't said anything.
Cory doesn't know how to accept I don't even want to say compliments, and I don't even want to say gifts because he would accept gifts very easily. But yeah, how to say thank you is true.
Right.
But I'm sorry. What was your name, sir?
Oh man, when we're
always
rolling,
skip right over it.
No, I didn't skip over anything. We're rolling. I don't ever want to stop a roll. But now that we have,
we have.
This is Bob to my left. Welcome everybody. Thanks for joining us. To my left, Nicholas Bader.
I'm Nick. And
I just said you were Nick.
Oh, okay.
Don't introduce my introduction of you.
Yes, that's right. I am. And across the table is Cory. Don't say your name.
Oh hey,
I'm Cory.
He's pretty safe because his oh hey standard is always what fills in the blank over there.
Yeah, that's true. All right. So if you are new to the podcast this week, thank you for joining us. You can always find us out on the social media platform of your choice, whether it's iTunes or Podbean or iHeartRadio, Spotify. Spotify's a big one with the kids these days, Cory. They all go to Spotify. And we were there. You can find us there.
How'd you find that out?
I talked to some kids.
While you were passing out candy?
From my school bus.
That's okay.
Dad, we told you again, stop talking to our friends.
Oh, it's the Schnozzcast guy coming down the street.
Who's the guy with the Christmas jingle Jeep that drives by handing out candy?
No, I would be at an empty school bus.
Now I feel bad for giving you candy for Christmas that you just got to hand out to kids.
And I say thank you.
Joe, can I borrow your white van?
You can also follow us on social media at Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, all at Schnozzcast. That's SCHNOZZCAST. And also, do not forget that you can email us at schnozzcast@gmail.com with all of your existential questions or requests for love life advice. And the 20th person to email us after tonight's episode may or may not receive a case of Flamin' Hot Cheetos from Mr. Cory Slesky. So,
why am I saying that? So you're not going to receive it? Okay,
well, there's a chance.
I don't think Flamin' Hot Cheetos could pass through Cory's hands and make it to the mail.
No, that's how much he's committed to the podcast. He'll give up a case of those things just for the emails. So, we got a few things to get through tonight. I do want to give an update on my dog because I know people are just dying to hear it.
What happened to your dog?
My dog is apparently now, according to the vet, allergic to everything outside of the four walls of my house.
Oh, okay.
So dirt, air, concrete.
All the things he eats.
Animals, fencing, allergic to all of it. So I'm supposed to pick up this week stuff to put underneath his tongue for what I understand is the rest of his life.
Is that the $500 a month animal medication?
It is not $500 a month, but it's probably going to be $500 a year. That's pretty clear.
Wow.
But, you only hurt the ones you love, as they say.
True.
So all you Husky fans out there, or all you dog lovers looking to get a dog because you're so lonely sitting in your house all by yourself, you and your pots and pans and Alexa.
I love that just made me happy, actually. I was like, God, I wish you guys would leave so I could have that moment.
Look at all of my pots and pans.
And Alexa.
Come to me, my cooking friends.
I don't know. A dog might end some unnecessary anxiety, but
they always do.
According to Cory,
but so does Cory. Cory's in your life.
Oh God, I know. According to Cory, you don't add anxiety to my life. Of course you do.
I do not.
You just added at the beginning of the podcast.
What did I do?
That's for
recalling a memory of you naysaying your birthday.
He's the plucky comic relief.
Yeah.
Someone has to be.
But according to Cory, the benefits outweigh the negatives. So we will see.
That is what I've heard. Yeah,
I will have a dog for 5 days.
Also, so to close out housekeeping, please go out there, subscribe to us so you'll know when we release a new audio and YouTube episode every week. And please, every platform that you listen to us on has an option to give us a review and a rating. Please do us a favor and give us one of those 5-star ratings.
At least 4. At least 4.
We're going full boat, Cory.
Come on. Sometimes Bob, you just have to.
You got to ask for the moon and then accept just a little bit less. You don't ask for 4 and then accept 3. You ask for 5.
No, sometimes if you ask for 4, you just get 4. So
sometimes you ask for 5, you get 5. But you'll never get 5 if you ask for 4.
And if you put anything less than 5, we accept constructive criticism.
We do.
So, Nick blows his vape into the mic too much. He's always talking about himself. What an asshole.
Well,
I don't know that that's constructive criticism necessarily.
In all honesty, it's been 105 episodes now, and criticism has never stopped any of that. So
no, I know. Or
we've never had any criticism.
Bob's voice puts me
to
sleep.
Plenty about that.
Self-criticism, maybe, but
no, plenty about the vape.
Oh, really? From the crowd?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, he has actually gone to hit the mute button.
Yeah, I do the mute now.
And as you can hear in your headphones,
quite some time
doesn't change a thing.
Well, I'm sorry. There's no complaints.
It doesn't bother me. I'm
there
not saying
should be
that.
some complaints.
I'm saying
about your mouth breathing over there. That's what there should be. Like you're eating a fucking bologna sandwich every time you're listening.
Is that what you sound like when you eat a bologna sandwich?
He's always like, I'm like, ah!
We just need to get him one of those pop filters.
Yes.
It's kind of hard to tell because usually
a Funko Pop filter.
Eating a bologna sandwich.
Yeah.
I'm also touching myself. So.
Oh, both of those things are gross. Bologna and Cory.
But I also don't know if there's a filter for that other thing, the touching thing.
No, but
probably not.
Think if we had a Funko Pop filter that would go on there. Wouldn't that be cool?
You would hate it.
We circled back to that comment.
You would hate it.
We're not just going to breeze past it. I mean, come on.
I thought you'd want to breeze past it. You're not a big Funko fan.
No, but if it's going to stop some of his angina breathing,
I prefer to call it CPAP breathing. Hey, also for the new listeners out there in the room, I want to introduce you to our brand new, esteemed chat administrator, Mr. Todd Dillon, who will be facilitating all of your fun, hilarious conversations in the sidebar. So if you got something to say, looking for feedback from some particular person, have at it. Todd's going to mediate that shit into the ground. So thank you, Todd.
Yeah, Todd has been knighted by the Schnozzcast, just so you know.
Yes, I knight thee. Arise, sirloin of beef.
So, Todd, do not fuck this up.
Oh, yeah, and I extend that to anyone listening, past, present, or future. Don't fuck it up if you happen to be in the Facebook Live, because since he was so knighted, with great power comes great responsibility, and he has the power to kick people out of the room and do other things.
Nick, who coined that phrase?
That was Moses.
He doesn't. No. He doesn't know that yet, though.
I'm just asking.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
That was great Stan Lee in Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man #4. But when you see Todd out there, he will actually be commenting as Schnozzcast. So it won't say Todd Dillon. It'll be Schnozzcast, where he'll say witty retorts like, "What is up?"
It took a second to change that over. He started out as Todd Dillon.
You really?
Oh, wait.
Yeah. Now he is now Schnozzcast.
He is now Schnozzcast. Yeah. All right, so he's speaking for the entire podcast organization.
Shouldn't we have tried this out first as Todd Dillon?
Well, we're gonna. I don't know that I mentioned to Todd that you could instantly and irrevocably remove his administrator privileges.
Oh, instant. I mean, instantaneous.
I mean, if shit gets crazy,
I have a kill switch right here.
Right. I know you
that I can hit, and Todd is done.
Nick, how long do you think it'd take him to hit that kill switch button?
Oh, Cory actually ordered on Amazon an external kill switch USB that he could hook up to his computer.
But the point of a kill switch is you got to hit it immediately. How long will it take him to hit that kill switch?
It's got the protective missile cover on it, that you have to.
Or two keys need to be turned.
Yeah, right. Nick and I both have to hit a key, and you have to go over there and then hit the switch.
I have one on my.
Maybe it's not that instant, but
on my key ring, I have to lift up the plastic dust cover and then turn. Cory, both at the same time.
Yeah.
Because we know after a couple drinks, Cory or myself, we may make a decision in anger, or might be upset about something. So we both have to give the nod. Give the nod to Todd is what's going to happen.
Oh, Christ.
Oh, look at that, Todd. You got your own segment already.
All right, Cory, how about we kick this off a little booze news?
Oh, want some booze news?
I do want some booze news.
And now it's time for booze news.
Nick Bader, I think, has some booze news to bring to the table.
I do. Oh, you were looking at him. I thought you were like,
no,
I was like, he has a segment as well.
You're the only one who said they have booze news.
Cool. Yes, I do have booze news.
Thank you.
I think I might.
I don't have any booze news.
So let me throw this into the old intranet. So it says here, it's hangover season. Florida is one of the drunkest states during the holidays, just in case you were wondering.
What if we weren't wondering?
Well, you're kind of wondering now. So we have been, okay. Allow cookies. Try again. Allow cookies. Try again. All right. Cool. So we have been long offended by the unfair stereotype of people in Miami being a bunch of booze wastrels. Unfortunately, a new study that calls Florida one of the drunkest states during the holidays is now interfering with our outrage. An addiction treatment center in New Jersey reports that that during this
why is New Jersey so funny?
Because they're probably more wasted than Florida. That during this festive time of year, the average Floridian is pouting 4 alcoholic beverages a day. If you are in fact doing this, we have no idea how you're fitting into your pants or showing up for work on time at all. But there you have it. The clear front runner in the who is drinking too damn much sweepstakes is North Dakota, where the average person reports drinking 8 drinks a day during this magical season. Suddenly we feel clean and healthy over here in Michigan. Also a little concerned about North Dakota's well-being. The second drunkest state is New Jersey.
Did you know that, or were you preemptively shitting in New Jersey?
Just a little both. Okay. Where the average respondents report that they consume 6 drinks a day during the holidays. But of course, we can't judge them as they have to live in New Jersey. Slightly more sober are Montana, Nebraska, and Wisconsin, where residents report swilling an average of 5 drinks a day. Who's drinking the least or possibly lying about it? Well, that's Alaska, Idaho, Kansas, Louisiana, and South Dakota residents say that they consume an average of only 2 boozy beverages per day during this merry time. Last time we checked, New Orleans was still in Louisiana, so we remain skeptical on that. The survey, which interviewed more than 3,000 people over the age of 21 about their holiday drinking habits, also reported that the average person admits to drinking 27% more during the holidays, which is not surprising when you consider that in Miami, even the vegans are getting into the something. Yeah, they're getting.
Sorry, what? Coquito.
Now. 27% of the respondents say that they drink stronger liquor over the holidays, so forget the Merlot and pass the whiskey. 1 in 5 employees say that they drink every day that they're off. Be happy they're off work, employers. The 17% confess that they have some kind of booze for breakfast on Christmas Day. Oh, yeah, I definitely do that. Actually, I did not this year, though. We can only hope it's Prosecco in the orange juice or Bailey's in the coffee, but we're not ruling out an assault on the rum or tequila.
I was like, or shots of tequila.
At least not in Miami. No stereotype. On the bright side, in related Florida holiday booze news, another survey from addictiontreatment.com reports that almost half, it's more than 3,000 respondents from around the country consider drinking at Christmas a family tradition. Which absolutely true in my house. We have whiskey, Crown Royal, and eggnog, Calder's eggnog, in the morning. But it's fine. It's completely fine.
Whatever you have to tell yourself.
So, according to this study that says that it's a family tradition, according to 3,000 respondents, this means that you can blame your bad behavior on your parents. A quarter of these same respondents also confessed to spiking their holiday time morning coffee with booze as well. If you can't beat them, join them, and then blame your mom.
All right. Cory said you got one?
I do. So this was something that I came across that I guess I've kind of subconsciously thought about before, but never realized that it wasn't a thing yet.
Okay.
MetalAddicts.com interviewed Corey Taylor from Slipknot, and they brought up the question of why hasn't Slipknot released a greatest hits album yet?
How long have they been a band?
Slipknot's been around since at least
2000. I was so confused at the beginning of this article. I'm like, who would enclose their attic in metal? I'm like, this doesn't make any sense to me.
Oh, metal attics.
I'm like, what?
Oh, God. Okay.
It's a hot attic.
Right. I'm like, good Lord. What would be I'm like trying to think, like, is it like an escape room kind of thing? Like you get up there and like lock the door like a safe room? I'm like, okay. Metal.
There
gotcha.
You go. And he said that he's wanted to do one for years, but apparently the rest of the band has kind of shut him down. So it sounds like he's going to be going to a record label himself and releasing Slipknot's greatest hits.
Does he own Slipknot, the brand?
Clearly he does if he's able to go to a record company on his own without the other band members.
Huh.
So I'm definitely looking forward to that if they do come out with the greatest hits album.
Okay. Which he'll then parlay into a pick of the week.
Of course.
No, not necessarily.
I would if I were you.
We'll see.
It's low-hanging fruit, buddy.
Yeah, but, I mean, they got to do it first, so we'll see if that actually happens.
Right.
So I was going to say so am I, but that's not my pick of the week.
So there you go. Quick little short booze news.
All right. We're going to bring in in just a little bit here, we're going to bring in a guest, a gentleman frauder of mine from Alma Days.
We say we are.
So you say, yeah.
Mr. Chris Bishop.
That is completely up to Mr. Bishop if he wants to continue on with his phone call.
Yeah.
Like he was supposed to, I don't know how many weeks ago.
At least the last 2 weeks.
If it wasn't for
at least 3.
If it wasn't for copyright infringement, I would play George Jones. They call me No Show Jones. During this part of the segment for all the times that he's absolutely never shown up. And I know that you're disappointed that I can't play some old-timey country music.
We're going to do our own song called Bullshit Bishop. So
Are you?
Yeah.
They call me bullshit, Bishop.
Anyway, I told him, I'm like, you know, you're going to get razzed when you come out here. He's like, yeah, totally understand. Not a problem. Okay.
At this point, it's probably not even him. Bob's like, Jack, put a pillow over the phone and call in. Please, this guy's making me look horrible.
All right, so we got two quick things I want to try to get through before we do that. So let's do the first one, and then before you start your segment, Corey, maybe then I'll send him the link and then have him join the room. And it probably won't be more than 5 minutes, I wouldn't think.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So first I wanted to do a little, Nick, if you want to get your timer out, do a little 90-second sports.
Ooh, I love the timer on this.
You say the word, sir.
I will. So stopwatch, got it. Start.
Corey, heard about the new NHL season?
I already had it down.
Is that what did you have the same thing?
Yeah.
All right, well, you tell me then.
With 56 teams?
Yep.
What, 6 different divisions?
Yes. When do they start?
January 6th?
13th. Very close. So they get 2 weeks of training camp, and then they go 56 games, right? Till May something, beginning of May? Short-ass season.
Yeah. But, dude, at least they're playing.
No, absolutely. I couldn't be happier. Although I noticed that the Wings were in the division, Central?
Central.
Yeah, which I feel like we haven't been with those teams in.
It's been a while, and I'll tell you what. I think we're in store for some
classic old time.
Some classic old time whale shit hockey.
Yeah, original 6.
No, like I'm talking like minor league.
Oh,
B team. Dude, these guys don't get me wrong. I know they're all professional athletes, and I'm sure a lot of them have trained and kept up over this quarantine. But
right,
I know there's a lot of guys that haven't, and that have been out doing what they want and enjoying life, which is good for them.
Yeah.
But now it's time to get back into the season.
Do you think they were counting on the season not starting?
Oh, I guarantee it. I guarantee it.
But a lot of these guys are new to the Wings, right? They're
but
make their mark.
But there's also a lot of guys I follow on Instagram, and I can tell you what. Not too much time at the rink.
And that was 90-second sports.
Good talk.
I'd be willing to extend an olive branch and push it up to 180-second sports.
I mean, you know what, Mr. Todd Dillon, our administrator out there, see if you can poll the group out there and see what they like. Is 90 seconds good? Is it too short?
Yeah.
What do they want?
I mean, it
sounds like we can go up to 180, but that's the limit that Nick is willing to go.
Yeah, I think I would probably glaze over after that point.
I think you glazed over at second one. So.
I mean, probably 2 or 3.
All right, so Todd, poll the group if we've got. I don't know how many people are actually in the room.
And there's a good amount.
Is it just Todd?
No, there's been a lot of chit chat going back and forth.
Yeah, there is Cory, Todd, me, and you.
Oh, Kristen, Donnie.
Oh God.
Gina.
Okay. All right.
And
let's try to cheer ourselves up here.
Todd did do some research on the fly there. Going back to the Slipknot booze news. Active since 1995.
Ooh.
Lori Clark, I think, stumbles into the room and then leaves. I'm not really quite sure. Or she just sits quietly, patiently waiting, watching her man.
Who then says something really stupid, and then she probably decides to silently slink back into the bushes, which is understandable.
I always see her enter the room at one point and then re-enter the room later on, and I'm like, I never really see anything. Sometimes she's always there to fact check, which I appreciate. I can very much appreciate that.
Keeping us honest.
She'll say, well, actually, 1984, they disproved that. And I'm like, oh, yes. Even when it's against me. I'm okay with it.
She just commented. She said 90 seconds.
Yes, perfect.
All right, Cory, you want to shoot Bishop that link, and then we can do a Funko This?
Sure.
I actually did put this in the OneNote for what I thought we were going to get through, but I don't know if we're okay. Come on. Mash keypad harder. All right. I'm going to text him real quick and just let him know it's on the way.
Kristen wants more sports time. Lori said 90 seconds is hilarious.
It's funny because it's only 90 seconds.
Yeah.
If we went up to 180, it wouldn't be as funny.
Right.
I'd be fine then with keeping it at 90.
Yeah. Schnozzcast says 90 seconds it is. So I'm pretty sure that was Todd Dillon, not Cory. I don't know if they are able to both comment as the Schnozzcast.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay. Oh, that could be a problem.
See, yeah, I don't care for that.
You know what? In fairness to our new chat administrator, you've got to identify, like when you put a copy, you got to start it off with like CC for Cory Selensky, space or colon, and then your.
Just so you know, it does put at the bottom who's actually replying as the Schnozzcast.
Just for us to see, or for anybody in the room?
For anyone in the room to see.
It doesn't show for me.
Are you sure?
Yes, it does.
Okay. Oh, I can see. All right.
It says it up here on this screen. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know if.
But isn't this screen mirroring your computer?
No, well, it's just my computer on the screen.
That's my question. Like normal schmoes who are not Schnozzcast administrators, he's not seeing it. He just says
because he's on the mobile version.
Right. Well, I assume that's where everybody's on, other than the three of us.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Firing up the old desktop.
Moving on. Did you send the link?
Yeah.
Okay.
TD. Oh, now he's commenting as Todd Dillon. What is going on? This is madness.
It's lunacy. Lunacy. All right, Funko This, sir. If I had some theme music for you, I'd play it.
Oh, damn it. We haven't got that yet?
No. Although I should get on my son to put together a little guitar noodling for that.
Yeah, we're still waiting on his guitar noodling for the interlude.
Yeah? That ain't gonna happen.
Oh, sweet.
All right.
Oh.
All right, what do we got here? Funko This for this week.
For this week, we have, in the Christmas spirit, Cousin Eddie and Clark Griswold from National Lampoon's Christmas.
Oh, the two-pack?
No, it was actually they were individuals. I spliced the picture and put them together.
Did you unbox Clark Griswold?
Believe it or not, I actually got him on eBay, sent to me unboxed.
Oh no!
So
they're very expensive, brand new in the box.
Can we have a special request?
Sure.
To keep you honest, I would like some sort of token that you can put in the photo, so we know that you're not pillaging these from the internet. You're taking your own photos, and that you actually have these.
You can actually tell on these because that's the exact same lamp in every single one that's on our table.
Okay, I don't see a lamp.
And you see that little red dot right above Cousin Eddie?
Yeah,
that's the picture of Rue behind the lamp that Callie.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Jesus, Nick,
see that red dot right there? That's my dad's stocking he gave me when I was 4. I could easily just say that.
Nick, do you think he went as far as to like go, oh, this guy posts all his pictures. Let me see if I can all I got to do is buy one lamp, the same kind, and I don't have to buy any Funkos.
But I have seen him before, like in the beginning of it, where he's like, I don't have a picture of this one. So like Google the picture. But I think that it needs to, he needs to spend a little more time and take these photos, which he very well may be doing. But some sort of token.
I want him to take it and like right next to his face is like,
no,
that's not gonna happen.
No.
That would be amazing.
So like if I purchased like a very distinguishing small little baby Funko keychain that you could put in every picture, would you do it?
Probably not.
We're trying to keep you honest. We don't like
it's very honest.
We don't like shortcuts.
There's no that's actually a long cut because that would be more to put in the picture.
So is there any specific like background that we could say, oh yeah, that's his house, except for a blurry gray thing in the back that you say is your lamp?
All the newer ones are on my desk, and you can see the corner of the desk that I've sent you guys before, and my monitor in the background with the Funko Marketplace picture in it.
Okay, not to be rude, but Bob, would you know an up close picture of Cory's desk if you saw it?
I might. From enough Zoom sessions, I might.
I can't tell you, like, if it was like this color or darker brown. I mean, if he was like, yeah, that's my desk, I'd be like, yeah, all right.
But hold on. Do you really think that he would go to that much trouble to forge pictures of Funkos so that he would have to spend the money?
Not the ones not the ones he doesn't have. But I have seen him in a pinch take one from off the internet because he didn't take a picture.
That was maybe once of like one we were talking about.
Yeah, I'm good with like in a pinch stuff.
Okay. Once again, I am outnumbered.
No, I'm saying
It
yeah,
looks
if
here
that was the norm, I'd be like, whoa.
that you can
come on,
always
dude.
call upon your friendship with Bob Rankin being longer than
But what you're saying
my
is
friendship
you're
with Bob
saying is
Rankin.
no quarter asked, no quarter given. You will not budge. Every single one must be identifiable and not.
No, I'm just wondering if. Never mind. All right.
No. He's telling you that for the most part he's doing that, but every now and again he either forgot to take the picture, or the picture was blurry because someone was yelling at him or some dog was jumping on his back.
So what you're trying to tell me is that you trust everything Cory Slutsky tells you?
No, I'm saying in order.
So that was a no.
I'm saying I'm going with Occam's razor.
Okay.
The most likely explanation is probably the correct one here.
No, it's doubtful.
To forge all that stuff would require an amount of effort that I'm not sure that Cory
Not
is
all that
capable
stuff.
of.
Not all that stuff.
Yeah, I think so.
No, not all of it.
Sure.
No, he's not forging all of it.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. If he's
No, I'm not
saying
forging
that,
all of it. I'm just taking pictures of the stuff I actually have.
Yeah, if he posted, let's say 100 pictures, and there was 3 of them where he had to pull them off Google. I'm like, that's 97%. I'm good with that.
I'm not okay with it.
So that's all I was asking. Like, what is your threshold? You're expecting what? 100? 99? What's your threshold?
All of them.
Okay.
Yes.
I will. I can't wait to see you plead your case and convince Cory to somehow put his own watermark on the picture.
I'm not pleading anything. It's just my thought. I can't force him to do it.
That is correct. That's why it's not going to happen.
Well, it appears that we're at loggerheads, gentlemen.
Oh, well.
Stalemate.
All right. So great Funko This segment, Cory.
I wasn't the one that pulled all that out of it.
All right. You ready to bring in Mr. Chris Bishop? Unless he's pussied out again.
I mean, I guess we can bring him in. I feel like we could sit here for the next 2 hours, though, and make him wait, since he made us wait on one episode, and, he never showed up. So.
Come on now.
Okay.
It's not like you can't razz him when he gets in the room.
I guess we can bring him in.
Sure.
You want to go ahead and welcome Mr.
No, not particularly.
Okay.
A man who needs no introduction.
Yep, that's correct. That's why we have this little intro screen for you at the bottom of your picture in the middle of the screen.
Sorry, we got like a 7-second delay. I'm waiting for you to show up here on the video, Chris.
And then Chris, you're able to see the room, correct? As far as
I can see.
Okay.
I may be on a delay.
Oh, fantastic!
Can you hear me?
Can hear
yeah,
you,
we
sir.
can hear you just fine.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know what's your internet service, Chris? What do you
Spectrum.
use? Spectrum. Oh, that explains why it took 3 weeks to make this call.
Yes.
Okay, I was just wondering.
Chris, you're located where in the continental United States?
I am in the continental United States, yes.
Okay, fantastic. Moving on. I like the fact that your caption just says Bishop.
Yes.
All right. Do you have any input to that? Should we change that to Greenie or Green Dragon or?
I have many surnames, so I think whatever, the flavor of du jour is.
Well,
all right.
there was going to be something on there, and I was like,
Yeah.
I don't want him to just hang up the call the second we put his name up. So
I've been called worse by less important people, so whatever you guys want to come up with,
That's
I think
important.
we can do
I
it.
feel like I should be flattered / annoyed. And
it's quite the backhanded
offended by that.
comment.
Yes.
All
right. So Chris Bishop, thank you for jumping on. Been trying to get you on for quite a long time, actually. Even since before we had this capability. You are Frat Brothers, myself, and our chat administrator, Mr. Todd Dillon.
Is TD in the house?
He's in the chat room. Yes.
Like in the virtual house?
Yeah, you can see. Can you see the chat comments on the screen?
No.
Oh, you're just doing the switcher? Okay. Well, suffice to say, he's got nothing but good things to say about you.
Well, that's good. I am likewise. The man.
Right, so
he's a beautiful human.
Just a quick introduction for yourself, sir. What's your relationship to?
What's your rank and name,
What's
soldier?
your name, rank, and serial number?
I am the master of time, space, and dimension.
Okay.
And I don't need any introductions, Bob.
All right.
No.
Moving on then.
Yeah. I like sandwiches. How do we know each other? What?
Yeah.
What do I do now?
Yeah. All of it.
All right. I live in Harbor Springs. It's rad.
Okay.
It's beautiful. It's cold. I work on boats.
In the cold.
That's cold and weird, but cool.
All right.
Big, expensive boats. My text from you is still going off, so sorry.
Oh, the one I sent like 6 minutes ago?
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Spectrum.
Thanks. Yeah, this is pissing me off.
Well, you look good on the screen. I can hear you fine, so we should just
All right.
call it a success. You got you got some sort of something there to do a shot with us?
Yeah, I have the champagne, bro.
The champagne of beers?
Product placement moment.
What are you doing?
Oh, there he is. You're just seeing the delay. So he does have the champagne of beers though.
Oh, fantastic. Harbor Springs finest. Well, here's to you, Chris.
Schnozzronis, if you've got
It's
a
weird
shot to
that
do, pause us and come on back. Do a shot with us.
I could time out. I think I have something.
Okay.
God damn it, Chris.
Son of a bitch.
We'll wait, Chris. That's fine. We've waited this long.
You really want me to go get it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hurry the fuck up. Let's go.
We are skilled in talking while you are going to get stuff.
Taking a sip of beer is not sufficient.
Yeah. Get a shot of something.
Yeah, we should make a rule. Guests on the show are not allowed to take a sip of a drink. It has to be a shot. The people in the room can take a sip.
There are guests, and then there are guests.
Yeah. I mean, Jason Klein got a pass.
Jason Klein got a pass. Jason Klein also has 2.2 million followers on TikTok.
Yeah, well,
Chris Bishop does not have 2.2 million followers on TikTok.
But I feel like Chris can't even spell TikTok.
I don't define Jason Klein by his followers. But
that's true.
But I define him by the fact that he's a stranger.
Well, Chris is also a stranger to you.
No, to me, but
yeah.
I mean, to you, he is not a stranger. So as long as someone on the podcast is intimately aware of somebody, then I think it's like shot. You know, if it's a total stranger, then okay, we'll let him go on, a sip or I don't drink. Let me have some coffee.
I put him in the same,
in
the same bucket. I put Todd Dillon, Brett Engel,
exactly.
Delanton, like these guys. We were all sitting up in a dank attic together as pledges, drinking gallons of PM whiskey until they let us come out.
I feel
he can do a shot.
Was that a weed addict?
Well, I feel like
no,
since
dank.
Chris blew us off on the last episode, he should just do a line of heroin. Chris, do you have any heroin?
Let's keep this
a line
G-rated for the kids.
You can snort heroin
for the kids.
That would burn.
That's how much I know about heroin.
From what I've been told.
You back, buddy? Chris, you there?
Yeah.
All right, what do you got?
Rum.
Excellent, sir. Raise your glass. You ready?
I act like I'm doing this shot.
Why is the rum always gone?
Cheers, y'all. Happy holidays.
Cheers, happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
That's awesome.
All right, so tell us a little bit about working on boats. None of us have worked on boats. You obviously have worked on a few boats.
I was waiting for Nick to say, well, no, I have.
No, I haven't.
I haven't done too much work on the boats. I do a little glass work right now. I moved a lot of boats, like big 45-foot Hinkley's, super bougie yachts. It's one of the most terrifying things I've ever done. Because so the big boat doesn't have a boat trailer. It's not like, your water ski boat. It doesn't have a boat trailer. It lives in a slip. It's got two dual turbo diesel Yanmar turbo diesels. It's boats bigger than my apartment. And so you get this big hoist, and you got to hoist them off the ground. Hoist them out of the water. So it's this big thing that looks like it's in Star Wars. Looks like a big cube with wheels on it. It's diesel, and it drives over this place where you park the boat, put the straps under it, and lift the boat up. And then you set it on a trailer, and you take the trailer up to the barn where the boats live in the wintertime. So you literally back the trailer up, and get big blocks of wood, and set the boat down on the trailer, and pull the trailer out, and the boat is essentially floating on these blocks of wood that are going down the center line, and like two little metal adjustable sticks holding it up. It's like a multi-thousand-pound vehicle, apparently floating in space due to its good design. And then you run under there and you put the jacks there so it doesn't tip over and squish you like a grape. So it's absolutely terrifying. But science and physics and stuff, it usually works. So
that's a very scientific. I feel much better for you now.
Yeah,
sounds totally. You made it sound totally safe right at the end there.
Science and physics don't.
Yeah, that convincing kind of like sigh of fear and laughter at the same time.
Yeah.
So Chris, you work on boats and you drink rum. You're like a pirate. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's part of with your card, your union card, you have to drink rum so much per pay period.
That's awesome.
We may have a problem, boys, because I'm just looking at the screen where I'm trying to watch Chris, and all I can see is posts from Todd saying, "When is this shit going to get entertaining?"
I feel.
I thought he was working for us.
Yeah, I feel like he's just trying to chop down Chris right at the knees. So.
Well, okay, then be clear. When is Chris going to get entertaining? That's more to the point.
Yeah, I think that's what he meant. But
right.
Yeah, but
he was just typing too fast.
Ambiguity is not helping our hype man here. He's got to be clear.
It's his trial phase.
I mean, to be fair,
we have a button for that.
To be fair. To be fair, it could be Cory and not Todd. If it says Schnozzcast.
Wow, we got bigger problems than that if it's Cory.
That's actually not true.
No,
as you can see.
But you just told me it was true earlier.
It's changed now.
So it's changed back because all I see is Schnozzcast, like going all the way down the list. Is it now changed again?
Dylan's subverting your entire program right now.
Yes, that's exactly what's happening. It's my worst nightmare, actually.
It's a coup. He's had you. It's a coup.
I talked to him right before the podcast, and I'm like, "Hey, man, are you still?" And when I called him, he was in the middle of a Zoom session with like old friends, and he was drinking, and that was like 90 minutes before the podcast started. So I'm like, "Well, okay,
maybe you should have clarified." So hey, when we go live, don't try to violent overthrow of my show by
let me
blowing
be
up
clear.
the chat
He
room.
volunteered for this job. He's like, I'm gonna blow Schnozzcast up. You guys are gonna be the number one podcast in the land.
Yeah.
That was his promise to us.
Yes,
so Todd, if that doesn't happen,
maybe he's giving us the tough love approach.
Watch out, buddy.
Like basic training in the military, you got to break them down just to build them back up again. You guys, you Schnozzcast guys are shit.
You came into this as Bob Rankin. You will come out as agent number 629-4 Schnozzcast.
How did he know my favorite number? God damn it, Chris Bishop, you were brilliant.
Yeah, I'm a numbers guy. Everyone knows it. You can tell because I'm rich.
I noticed that by the champagne of beer.
I was going to say your choice of drink definitely says that.
Yeah, and the Pikachu shirt.
I love this. I love this shirt.
That's not a Pikachu.
Is there a 7-second delay in the audio too? Hey man, I don't know if you watched it, but it was a few weeks ago. We played the video clip of the marble team from Teak on the Town back in 1980, and we did not play. Go ahead. Go ahead, buddy.
No, it was genius. Like, that was hilarious. Extra stupid. And I'm like, that was pretty funny for, a bunch of dorks in Alma who drank a fifth of whiskey and pulled a bunch of shit out of their ass and made some funny stuff.
Well, when you put it like that, it's
pretty ballsy.
It's like Jean-Paul Sartre.
I'm glad you finally said something, Chris.
But there were a bunch of other videos on
It's
that
like
tape that I did not play, and one of them was the fight scene between yourself and Jean-Claude Van Dusen on the stage.
Yeah.
And so we will play that in a few, but I want to just because one of your many surnames here is the Green Dragon, and Todd Dillon is apparently looking for a story for you to bring the funny. So no pressure, but can you give a brief synopsis of how that kind of came to be and how you guys ended up fighting on a stage in front of all of Elma College?
I think you guys were doing something. I don't know who it was, and you stopped by, and then you and I just took it over, and it went downhill. And because
it's a good 10-second explanation.
Was it with Burmeister? Because he dressed up like a boxer for Halloween, and then he just kept getting drunk all night, and then they black one of his teeth out and shit. So he just keep looking like he had his ass handed to him all night, and he's getting all punchy. Was it like that? I don't know.
No, this was I wanted to do we set it up from the beginning for you and him to be. We set it up for
arch rivals, yeah.
Yeah, for Jay to be you to be Jay's arch nemesis, and Jay was kind of like the Jean-Claude Van Damme character, and you were like,
yeah. Well, so
the Bloodsport.
He's like
villain.
He was the only person at the school who had a Van in his name, so it was Van Damme and Van Dusen, and he was the kicker, and he's just a unique individual, and he was our kicker, and he kind of didn't really have the physique like your average Hollywood kung fu artist. It's more of a casual approach to his training regimen, and you got a little soft. And so we created a monster with him and turned him into a superhero, kung fu superhero. And then I know you guys were a worldwide renowned kung fu hero, Bob. Famous in the 989.
I can't confirm this. Maybe you can, or maybe Todd Dillon can over text. But I feel like after that Teak in the Town, he got all sorts of ladies. After that,
he got so much. You know what I'm saying? The good stuff, huh? Say no more.
What does that mean, Chris?
I don't know. I don't like to visualize talking about Van Dusen. It's kind of freaking me out. So and I don't know how we decided that I was going to be his nemesis, but then I think the most classic part was the fact that Bob did my voice and I did it like, a 1978 Godzilla movie. So every time I talk, it'd be like the 7-minute delay thing. And then Bob would be like, why, yes. There's like this scene where I'm in my underground lair and I'm looking at a Playboy and I open it up and I look at the camera and Bob goes, she's a Capricorn. And then,
she was not a Capricorn.
She was not, but it had the best ring with it.
Yeah. So I can't, I think we convinced you to, that you were going to be, it was going to be a high profile role. You were going to end up on film. We were going to screen it for the whole college, and that you were going to get to fight Van Dusen on the stage in front of everybody. And I think that's all we really needed to say.
Yeah. And then Dusen and I had a fight, and Todd Dillon was the heroine. And didn't he wear a tutu or something like that?
Todd Dillon?
Yeah. Because he was like,
that's his everyday average wear, isn't it?
Or something like that. I thought he was he played the chick that we were fighting over or something like that.
No, he did not.
He did not?
To find some photos of that.
That would be that would require a suspension of disbelief that most people are not capable of for Todd to
and now I'm kind of embarrassed. Where did I get that idea from? That's kind of fucked up.
I don't know.
I gotta call my therapist. I'll be right back.
I think so, man.
Todd just said no.
Didn't happen. All right. Well,
yeah.
Maybe I tried to convince him to do that, and he was like, "Fuck you."
Well, that's probably possible.
Yeah, that's very possible. But then we had a fully choreographed. It was cool because we videotaped it running through the doors, and then Dusan and I ran through the doors, and it was highly orchestrated. It was beautiful.
Yeah, we cut the film off right at the end, and when you guys were running into the thing, and then pulled the lights up, and you guys came running the aisles, and all the ladies went nuts. And that's how
it sounds like they did.
That's how Jay got all that play.
How could they not?
My panties are dripping just sitting here listening to it.
See? You're welcome.
I didn't say thank you.
Kevin Smart says hi.
Yeah. Hi, Kev.
He said clearly that the Bishop interview was not scripted in advance.
No, dude, this is art, bro. This is live.
I think he's being
sarcastic. On the cusp of the interwebs.
He knows exactly what's going on with you. There's no script in this stuff.
No. It's life, bro. It's unscripted, man.
All right, so when are you going to get back down here to Metro Detroit?
Well, as soon as legally we can, hang out in public together.
Well, you can legally drive, Chris. You have a license, correct?
Yeah, I can legally drive, but
so you just drive down here. It's quite simple.
Once we get this vaccine shit going, I want you to come down so you can sit here in the room with us.
That'd be rad.
Because you really actually kind of shocked me when we were talking about this in preparation for it. You kept asking me, like, what are you going to talk about? Like, I want to prep for it. Like, what kind of topics going to cover? Like, way more stuff than I thought that you would ask about in trying to prepare for it. And ultimately, I ended up talking out of it, going like, "No, just be yourself. We're just gonna talk."
But now here we are, just in the fucking weeds. Just
yeah, but that's where we live. That's where we live, right, Cory?
Yes,
always. In the weeds.
Always.
And I got no problem with that. But I was very impressed that you wanted to prep for it. So I feel like if you were to make it down here once we get this virus thing under control, then that sort of passion, that drive, that artistic creativity is what we can harness in the room.
Well, I'm definitely working on a performance art piece that's going to involve a lot of like mid-70s mime with some disco and 4 chickens and a goat and 12 square feet of Visqueen and a chainsaw.
And you call that?
It's going to be art, dude.
just
no
art,
title,
dude.
No title yet.
Untitled by Chris Bishop.
It doesn't need a title, Bob. It's everything.
So Joe Cucci says that.
Wait, hold on. As much as I love that, I think his last name is actually Chuchi.
Chuchi,
but Cucci, I love. I love that.
It works either way.
Well,
Bishop can't get the vaccine. Joe, I want to know why that is.
Because it would mutate. It'd be bad.
It would, upon meeting your.
I'd be my own super spreader of the mutation. Yeah.
He also wants to know, Bishop, what decade is it?
I love how Joe's talking like he didn't go to college.
Okay,
yeah.
Like there are no ill effects from Alma on Joe. He's put that all behind him.
What are the 3 branches of legislation of government? I mean, food, water, and clothing. Duh. Fuck you, Chuchi.
All right, man. I want to. We're gonna go another couple minutes. We're gonna take a break, but before we do, one of the things we do at the end of the podcast is do a pick of the week. So I want to at least bring you into this and ask you, as a man about town, as a man of the world, an artiste, if you will.
Jesus.
Is there something that you want to recommend to the audience? Whether it's something that an album that you're fucking bananas over.
All right. Yeah, I do.
Go ahead.
It's one of the most fucked up things I've heard in a while. And I can, I'll text it to you right now.
No, we're on a podcast.
Yeah, you just say it.
You just say it out loud.
It's, all right, I got to pull it up to get the correct wording for it. It is. I can't remember the chick's name. Oh, it's Tool. It's a Tool song, and they just dropped these Taylor Swift lyrics right over the Tool song, and it's fucking incredible. I mean, it's crazy, dude.
It's available to stream.
I have a link. It's like a YouTube stupid something. I don't know.
All right.
Email me that link, Chris, when you can.
Yeah, I'm going to do it right now.
Yeah, we might be able to share it afterward, but
it's hilarious.
So the Tool did this? They put this out from the band?
No, it's like some bootleg shit. It's Stinkfist with this Taylor Swift song over it. And I saw it and I'm like, this is going to be pretty stupid. And then I played it and I was like, damn. So then my question is this. So is this like Pink Floyd and the Wizard of Oz kind of just dumb luck? Or the guy who wrote, or the person who wrote this song for Taylor Swift is way into Tool and it just matches that? Or Tool is just writing pop songs and just making them heavy as fuck? Like it's this triple-headed cobra question, and it's blowing my mind. It's not really blowing my mind. It's,
All right.
There, I just sent you a link, Bob.
Okay. I got it. All right, I may take a look at that in the break.
It's good. Like I said, I thought it was going to be really stupid, and I was wrong.
Well, it passed the Bishop test. That's all I needed to know.
It's sufficiently weird,
That's perfect.
Yeah.
You did not disappoint, Chris Bishop.
I'm a tough sell these days.
I know that. Always have been.
I'm COVID tough. I'm like, fuck it, dude. Whatever.
Do you remember when you were living with who's your roommate down at the end of Galston?
Eric,
and one of you guys, I can't remember who, got those sweet Klipsch speakers.
Those were mine.
Were those yours?
Yeah.
And I remember you running down the hall, and you're like, "Come here!" Like to anybody listen. And so like me and Pete walked down there, of course. And you're like, "You got to hear this." And I'm like, you start playing it, and I'm like, "What is this? I'd never heard before." And you didn't want to answer me until the song was over. You're like, "Hold on," and you let the song finish, and you're like, "Oh man." I go again. You're like, "Oh, that was the Jack Officers." I'm like, "The Jack Officers."
Right.
I fucking turned and walked out of your room. I'm like, I don't know who the fuck the Jack Officers are.
Dude, that's from the brilliant mind of Gibby Haynes.
You did that shit all the time.
Yeah.
Just to be clear.
I'm sure we pissed there's a bit in there somewhere about like college stereo wars. You're like, fuck your whatever you guys are listening to. I need to hear Led Zeppelin much louder right now. So
you did have the loudest speakers I've ever heard.
Yeah, when Pete and I were at the house, we tied all that stuff together, and it was louder. Remember, dudes would come upstairs and be like, "Can you guys turn that down?"
I live across the campus, and I'm trying to study.
Yeah, right. No, during a party, the sound system downstairs. They're like, "You guys got to turn that down. You're ruining the dance music. We're not getting any tail." I'm like, "Well, we're gonna start the roof on fire, so go fuck yourself."
All right, man. We're gonna take a break here. Chris Bishop, thank you so much for jumping on.
Yeah, man.
Say goodbye to Joe Chucci and Todd Dillon.
Goodbye, Joe Chucci and Todd Dillon and everyone else in the universe.
Chris, thank you for finally making this call happen.
Yeah, thanks for having me, fellas.
Anytime, sir.
Happy holidays, brother.
You too. Have a prosperous and healthy new year this year, y'all.
Chris,
we'll do the same.
We'll bring you in on a Zoom call one time, and we'll all have some drinks and catch up. Because I know there's a lot that I haven't talked to you about in many years. So,
yeah, man, it's been a minute, right?
It has.
Well, I did that stint with the Merchant Marines, and then after that, we kind of lost touch after that magical weekend in Acapulco.
As one does.
Nothing, dude. It's cool, man. Ships crossing in the night. I get it.
No, I wanted to see where this goes. I don't want to break now.
All right. Well, we'll talk to you later.
God damn it, Nick Bader.
I was just watching Cocaine Island, so I got all these ideas about how to go down to Puerto Rico and get rich now. So
that's it. Well, you've got the boat, so and the rum.
Got the rum.
Cory, we need to make this brand new friendship of Nick Bader and Chris Bishop happen.
It seems easy.
It is mandatory.
Oh, it's happened. It happened years ago.
Yeah. Why don't you want to talk about it?
Yeah.
Well, because, we don't like to air our dirty laundry, on the podcast. We've already agreed to that.
Time travel confuses people, Bob. It's kind of a fact of life. You just got to.
All right, well, you two best friends need to get your shit together very soon, and we'll do this again.
Yeah. I would prefer to also orchestrate it around some event where there's really loud music in a public venue happening.
Yes.
All you gotta do is solve this virus shit. So get on it.
Oh, I'm on it.
Or just come to my house after a podcast.
Right.
There's always very loud music and drinks.
We'll get there.
All right, cool. It's a deal.
All right, brother. Love you.
You guys be good. Thanks for having me. Peace.
All right, take care. Thanks, Bishop.
Peace. All right, Chris Bishop, everybody. We're going to take a break here for 15 minutes. We're going to have some excellent interlude hold music for you with a couple of special guests giving us a little bit of props in the middle. So you don't have to go anywhere. Stay right where you're at. Turn the speakers down just a little bit, and then go get yourself a drink. We'll be back in 15 minutes.
Yeah, I implore you to listen to our friends because some are beyond the grave.
Whoa.
Nope, that's not the right button.
Yeah, hold on.
But
let's do this the right
if our friends were only here, that they could tell us which button to push.
Whoa there. Just hold your horses. I can tell that some of y'all are getting a little bit squirrely about waiting for Bob, Cory, and Nick to get back to business with the rest of this fine episode of Schnozzcast, which is pretty as a peach. It won't be much longer now. Maybe something that's all cattywampus with the microphones or something. You know how these things are. You're preaching to the choir because I can't wait neither. Anyway, the boys are fixing to come back with a whole mess of funny stuff that's hotter than a hooker's doorknob on payday. So just take a rest and enjoy the music, darling.
I started going, and I'm like, all the mics are
Can't
muted.
hear it.
And welcome back to the second half of episode 105 for Schnozzcast. Thank you for sticking with us. All right, we're going to kick off second half with a much needed shot. So if you are like us, a little thirsty, maybe, one more day until you got to go back to fucking work for those people who don't have the week in between Christmas and New Year's off. What were the examples that you used in the post? Maybe your kids are driving you crazy.
Yeah. Maybe your kids are driving you crazy. Your spouse is down your back or your neck, or
down your neck.
Yeah, on your neck, down your back,
knee on your neck,
up your ass,
up your ass. There you go, up your laneway.
Well, I didn't want to say up your ass on Facebook, but
because we haven't said anything anywhere near that.
Right. We're an explicit podcast. It's okay.
Your kids are driving you crazy. The in-laws are in town. Mm-hmm. So I implore people to don't just come right out and say, hey, I'd like to watch the Schnozzcast, because people are going to look at you like you're crazy, or they're going to say, God bless you.
Yeah.
And
say, I need to use the bathroom for a minute.
Yeah, just say, good night, honey. I've had a Merry Christmas. Have you? Everything's fantastic. Kiss your spouse and your kids goodnight. Pretend that you're going to bed.
Yeah.
And then you sneak up to go take a pee.
Yeah.
And you sneak downstairs with your favorite smart device and a snifter of brandy. And you watch the Schnozzcast and have a drink with us, because we don't frown upon that.
That's true. We don't frown upon that.
No, we don't. We welcome it with open arms.
I'm still trying to picture it, but we don't frown on it.
No, we don't. So I would, like I said, I would implore people to do that. You know, it's fine.
Sure.
It's a good secret. Some secrets are okay.
Some secrets are okay.
Yes, they are. With that being said,
So when she comes down an hour later and you're unconscious in the easy chair with your hand on your pants and the Schnozzcast is over, and she's like, what the fuck's going on? What are they supposed to say?
you were snoring, honey. I couldn't fall asleep. I didn't want to wake you.
Gotcha. Also needed to pleasure myself down here.
Yeah, I don't know why the hand was in the pants.
Well, I mean, it's the holidays.
A little too much nog.
It's the holidays. So grab a shot, grab your favorite drink, and join us. Cheers across the table, sir.
Cheers. Nasrovia.
All right, we got a few things to get into here. But first, since it was just Christmas, I got to post it to the group. Tell me what you got. What's your brag-worthy gift that you got for Christmas?
Oh fuck! They were all gonna be my picks of the week.
Well, you can't
They
have
all
multiple
were?
picks of the week.
No,
Just-
not all at once. I just as the weeks went on.
All
Oh,
right.
come on. You haven't even experienced them yet. It's only been 2 days. 1 day, really.
I'll tell you what I have experienced.
What's one good thing you got?
I have my own squatty potty now.
Do you really?
Yes,
A what?
a squatty potty.
Explain to the listeners what a squatty potty is.
And Nick.
So when you're taking a poop, it's not natural for the way you sit on the
Yeah.
toilet.
Yeah.
Your legs should be elevated a little bit. Your feet should be raised
Right.
in order for your bowels to evacuate properly. So this summer actually, Danielle's brother.
This
It was
is
her
the best day ever, Nick.
It was her birthday, or not her birthday, his birthday, and I happened to show him a nice bamboo squatty potty with a little magazine holder on the side, phone holder on the other side. It has foot massagers on the front of it, and
Wow.
his mom ended up getting it for him, and he absolutely loved it.
Okay.
So Danielle decided to also get me a squatty potty.
Have you seen her since then? Or have you been in the bathroom ever since?
I know she used it the first night, and it was
Yeah.
wow.
Glorious.
A lot of your relationship between you
So
and
she's
Danielle
gonna hate me for saying that.
is
'cause that's not true,
surrounded
but
is surrounded by excrement. I mean, I really think that you guys really think out pooping.
we're poop pals.
Well, look, at the end of the day, everybody does it. I mean, why are we
Yeah, why hide it? Why be ashamed?
beating around the bush? Exactly.
Why beat around the toilet?
I mean, that's fantastic. I think it's great, but it's just a lot of you have poop knives hanging in your bathroom.
Squatty potties.
Yeah, you have poop stools that are supposed to speed up the process, but you feel like that is going to be long enough that you need a holder for your cell phone and someone to massage your feet while you're pooping, which most people have never experienced before, because
And
if someone
they are missing out.
if someone has done that, then I guess they're a keeper.
Now, do you also have the bidet yet? Because
No.
that's really all that you're missing.
That to me, that's the bidet needs to come way before all the other poop swag that you have.
Yeah, but if you've hornswoggled someone into getting all the other poop swag for you, the bidet's got to come next.
I mean,
right?
you don't have to hornswoggle anyone. They're like $35. I mean, come on. You know, stop buying 3 cigars for 1 week, and then you can not walk around with so many dingleberries.
That's why I just touch my toes in the shower and let the hose take care of it.
The hose take care.
What hose?
And who is operating this hose?
I was thinking there was a bunch of. I thought there was a bunch of like questionable women in his shower. I'm like, wow, that's a pretty strong statement, Cory.
They come over every morning.
Poop hose.
A shower hose.
What up, hose?
I wish.
Come take care of my berries.
as they're walking to the door. Bye, Danielle. Bye, Ivanka.
Bye, host.
Yes. See you, host.
Oh no, it's nothing sexual. They don't even speak English. They all just take care of Cory's nether regions.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be a hard act to follow, Nick, but what was your favorite Christmas gift item?
My favorite Christmas gift item. Well, I would probably say what I wanted the most was the motor for the kayak, which I have not taken out of the box yet, but I can only assume from what I've read online is amazing. After paddling with the wind at our backs and a smile on our face in a direction that we thought we were supposed to be going in for an hour, and then realizing that and then realizing that we were going the wrong direction and had to go back would have been difficult enough in a personal kayak. But I was towing my good friend Dave Ezekiel. I love my friends. I don't say anything bad about my friends, but I would just have to say that it was probably the weight equivalent of 2.5 of myself that I was towing through.
No offense, Dave.
Towing through the water.
I'm sure none taken.
With the wind at my face now, I looked at the horizon after sweating my ass off in 80-degree heat and realized I was going nowhere. And what did it take us, an hour and 40 minutes to get back when it took us an hour to get there?
It took us a long time.
Yeah. So at that moment, I had an epiphany. And I thought, I'm never doing this again. So I looked up the electric motors, trolling motors that they make, and there's kayak mounts, and they're relatively inexpensive. And it just made perfect sense, got to be prepared. So that's mine.
Gotcha.
How about you, Bob?
Oh, man. I think the best gift I got was a box of paint supplies. Lori got me like two gallons of paint because I had mentioned to her, I'm like, I think I really want to repaint my bedroom. And she very kind of gamely said, like, oh, I'm happy to help you.
Mm-hmm.
When do you plan on doing this? And I'm like, oh, soon. A very non-committal, like, whenever I get the itch to do it.
Mm-hmm.
There's no date. Like, it could be next month, could be a year from now. So knowing me as she does, she's like, okay, dude talks a good game, but he might need a little prodding. So I unwrapped a box with 2 gallons of paint from Sherwin-Williams that only needed me to pick the color for it to be dyed.
Oh, nice.
And then some, tape.
Swatches and stuff?
Yep. She had a whole bunch of swatches and tape and paint sticks.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Very thoughtful.
Yeah. Because she knew, I'm like, well, I want to do this, but if I don't get pushed into doing it, who knows when it's going to happen.
She's like the spur to the ass.
Yes, I am the ass.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that was probably the best. Although I will say, honorable mention, just for you, Nick, my kids also got me like at a thrift shop. They got me an old, like a vintage Le Creuset. I think it's called a cocotte pot. It's the small Dutch oven,
mm-hmm.
but it was the original like pre-1963 like orange color.
Ooh. With
all the enameling on the inside like all intact. And they got it for like $30.
I mean, I could be wrong, but I think it's pronounced La Creuset.
Oh no, probably. Yeah. I was speaking to our Americanized, ignorant audience who doesn't speak French. But yeah, I thought you'd appreciate that. I'm like, wow, that's a good find.
Really nice. That's awesome.
Yeah, at the thrift shop. So,
I expect big things from you, Bob.
Well, I think Lori did as well, which is why I got a box of paint stuff.
I was going to go another direction with that, but okay.
I was going to say cooking wise.
Oh, there we go.
Oh God, yeah. Just tell me what you want me to make. I'll make it.
Perfect.
I'm not going to tell you.
Cooking wise, we're still talking.
Oh, again,
right? Okay.
damn it.
All right, Cory, I got to go back to my notebook of the midnight burbling that I have here, and I want to start running through some of these because they're starting to build up.
Let's hear what you got.
The first one here is, or should I show this to Nick and ask him to just pick one? What would you prefer?
Show Nick and see what he picks.
All right, Nick.
Yeah, I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Yeah. One of the entries from this list.
Now, this is kind of like your. This is the same thing as when you did the comments on Twitter, right?
Comments on Twitter.
I don't know how to put a name to it. Just the people's random thoughts.
Oh yeah, they're random thoughts. Yeah,
Okay.
they're shit where you're like just walking around. You're like, oh, I should write that down for the podcast.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go with a lot of those I don't care for. I'm gonna
That's
go with
fair.
groceries I always have in the house.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, groceries that you always have in the house. Cory, let's start with you. What in your house with Danielle? What are the?
Do we even have to ask him?
Yeah, I do. I mean, give it a little bit of thought. I mean, don't just automatically say fish sticks.
Come on, dude.
Groceries
Come
you always have in the house.
Secondary to fish sticks?
Like every time you go to the store, like you don't even put on your list. You're like, I'm just gonna get more because I know we're gonna be out.
Queso.
Queso?
Yes.
Okay. And chips then, right? Like you can't have queso without chips.
Yeah, usually, which I've been trying to change lately, because I'll get a thing of queso and I'll get home. I'll be like, oh, damn it. We already
Hold
have a full bag of chips here.
I've tried to change that. I don't want these chips with my queso all the time, so I do
Perhaps I
queso
should just
fingers.
use a spoon.
Queso fingers.
No, it's
Okay.
not that I don't want chips with it. I don't look to see if we have a full bag that's not even
You
opened
just
yet.
get chips.
I just grabbed a bag of
There is
chips.
that tough ratio of like, do I have enough chips for this queso, or do I have enough queso for these chips?
So here's a sub question to that, Cory.
Okay, so I'm going to answer
Go ahead
your
and
question.
answer. Yeah,
Well, then I
yeah,
have a
yep.
subcategory to this queso fucking ordeal.
Okay.
Wow.
Good. Okay.
Yeah, it pissed me off the other night, big time.
What did?
This queso ordeal.
Oh, I thought you were
okay.
talking about my sub
Yeah.
question.
No,
Okay.
not the
Jesus.
sub-question. No.
Go
The
ahead.
podcast, we're supposed to give and take.
Yeah, no. We can definitely do that.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Is there a grocery item that's a staple in your home that you have to have all the time that cannot be purchased from a gas station?
That's
Yeah.
a fair question.
Yeah.
Fish sticks and queso.
No, I can get queso from a gas station.
Yeah, and chips are from a
Fish
gas
sticks
station.
I can't, but queso.
You could all on your grizzly run, on your nightly grizzly
I
run,
would
you could
not
easily
say-
be like,
yeah.
oh, Tostitos and queso from.
That's a good distinction. I would say groceries means got to go to a grocery store,
Correct.
a Kroger or a
But we said fish sticks because we know.
yeah.
I
Fish,
mean,
yeah.
like, yeah.
Something other,
So we really want you to
other
think
than
about
fish
this.
sticks. Yeah.
We
You want me to go over to Nick and come back to you?
Yeah, because
Okay.
that's a
Okay.
tough one.
Yeah,
All right.
I mean,
All
there's
right.
got to be something.
Those are good ground rules. I think those are fair. Okay, well, Nick, what do you got?
So mine is a surprising answer. Actually, it's I can't believe it's not butter spray.
Okay.
Have to have it in the house all the time, and I got on this like weird kick where I would. So I guess it was kind of along the lines of, I used to make like bullshit cheese pies. Basically, it was just like a quesadilla, or a tortilla. I'm saying with like green olives and mozzarella cheese. It was like one night there was like nothing in the house, and I'm like, I'm gonna make like a quesadilla out of this. I love like green olive on pizza, so I made this, and I'm like, well, I like Frank's Red Hot, and I'm like, oh, well, I like buffalo sauce, so I mixed it. I'm like, the only thing I had was, I can't believe it's not butter spray, which to me tastes amazing like butter, but
it's
cut in
not.
the no, but I'm like, you know what? I couldn't.
And I can't believe it.
It's unbelievable.
I couldn't look at myself in the mirror if I like had a bowl full of melted butter and was like seriously dipping things into it, unless it was like a lobster night. So I'm like, I'm trying to cut calories in corners. So I can't believe it's not butter with some Frank's hot sauce. Mix it together. It's kind of a bullshit buffalo sauce. So I would dip the quesadilla in that. And I'm like, okay, so I got on that. Well, then I got on board with the what the fucking Szechuan, or what is it called?
Chipotle.
Sriracha sauce.
Sriracha.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I started mixing that with it. And now it's like a staple. Like anytime I make a grilled cheese or anything like that, it's sriracha. I can't believe it's not butter, mixed together, kind of like a 2-to-1 ratio of the I can't believe it's not butter. and I dip like pretzels and stuff in it. And I'm like, oh, it's relatively low calorie. It's pretty good. And I actually made it one time. My mom's like, oh, what's this? I'm like, oh, no, that's okay. And she like dips it in and she's like, wow, this is really good. And it's kind of bullshit, but it's kind of my go-to during the week.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
And Todd did agree with you right away before you even said the butter spray. He commented, he goes, just butter.
Yeah. I don't know if that was agreeing with me, but yeah.
Well, he does a lot. He does a lot of cooking.
Well, there's
a lot of cooking.
When you're cooking, it's butter. It's absolute 100%. You can't do. I can't believe it's not butter. But when it's something bullshit on the side, it's okay. So how about you, Bob?
Gotcha. I think the thing I always find myself like putting on the list every single week is breadcrumbs. I make a lot of, whether it's chicken parm or breaded pork chops, trying breaded steak.
Now, just regular breadcrumbs or like panko or
Italian?
breadcrumbs?
I have in the cupboard right now. I have Italian. I have two containers of Italian, and I have a box of panko because there's time to use panko and there's time to use regular Italian breadcrumbs. And I guess that's the one thing that I always find myself either running out of or like I got to make sure. So I just have it as a perpetual thing for Alexa on my shopping list.
You should
breadcrumbs.
Really, really try and just make some.
Make some breadcrumbs.
So easy, really simple.
Yeah. You actually just take the Wonder Bread bag and turn it upside down.
No,
you're good.
Yeah, I mean, just literally just take it. You can dry them out, chop them up, dry them out in the oven, and then you can add whatever seasonings you want. Put it in like a Ninja. Yeah. Puree it, and you've got as many as you possibly want. And you can add your own flavor. You can add Italian seasoning. You can do whatever you want. Oregano, sage, like anything. They're so easy and inexpensive to make.
I think the runners up for me are like Clausen dill pickles. There's always a jar of Clausen dills in my fridge. There's always some strawberry yogurt in the fridge for the kids. There's always protein or granola bars or like bags of granola. Like what's the
Kind bars?
Not Kind bars, but
Nice.
No, it's like it's a Kroger brand. Not Kroger brand, but they sell it at Kroger of
Private
granola.
Selection.
Not Private Selection. Love Crunch.
Oh, that would have been my last guess.
Yeah, Love Crunch granola. There's always that shit in my cupboard at all times. But lots of the kids, like you get to know what your kids eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and you're like, okay.
Well, when they only eat one thing, what was it Corn Pops?
Corn Pops. No, it has changed. It varies now, and I need to call the kid every week. I'm like, I'm at the store. What do you want? He's like, oh, I think I'm gonna have some Sugar Smacks.
Oh,
okay.
Do they still make those?
Switching it up.
I have no idea.
Because if they did, I need to go to Kroger tomorrow.
So these are things that you're purchasing for the kids.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't be necessarily your go-to breakfast. If
the cereal?
Yeah.
No,
or
every
the
once
bars.
in a while,
or the bars.
No, that's like if I got to run out the door and I don't have time to eat.
So what if you had to run out the door and you don't have time to eat, and you saw a menagerie, a giant bookshelf with a menagerie of Pop-Tarts?
Pop-Tarts?
Yeah. Would you grab those as you went out the door as well?
Yeah, I'd grab some Pop-Tarts, yeah.
But is that like ranch that you don't keep those in the house because you don't trust yourself with them?
I don't keep them in the house because it doesn't matter what quantity I buy them in. I like put them in the cupboard and like turn around and I come back and they're gone. There's no point.
Did you ever check your bed?
Every time I roll over. I mean, but I guess to really answer your question, when my kids aren't with me, I don't buy them. I could buy them for me. We're like, okay, they're not here for the week. Like they may come over when I'm not at home, or they may stop in to grab something and see them there and like pocket a few of them and then run out the door. That's happened. But I still don't buy them for me, even though I could probably eat them all by myself.
So the Pop-Tarts that I have above the stove, I have not tapped the boxes in weeks. Yeah. And I'm not completely convinced that they're full with you and Cory being in the house all the time.
I would I would tell you.
I've never touched your Pop-Tarts.
I know, but
I would tell you if I did.
But you didn't tell me the last time.
Yeah, but then you watch the tape, and I'm like, well, he's just gonna watch a tape. Why am I? I'm like, if you're gonna take them, take them.
But I'm just saying that I mean, you give the same look when you walk by those Pop-Tarts that, like a dog gives to while you're cutting up a steak.
Yeah,
like
when you have a sweet tooth and you know you shouldn't eat that, but you really, really want to, you go, if only ... and that's the look.
And I do get a lot of naysaying about the economy size goldfish that I buy all the time. Everyone's like, "Oh, what do you?" A lot of you guys will come over.
I don't eat goldfish crackers.
I know, but I do.
Why would I be finger wagging something I don't eat?
Well, you don't, but I think like one time there was.
Are you confusing me with Cory?
No, it's like.
Are you sure?
One of you two were like, "Oh, what are you 8 years?"
I think it was Cory.
Are you 8?
It wasn't me.
Are you 8 years old? And I was like, goldfish are delicious.
I mean, goldfish are unless it's like a childhood like dream thing where like you never had them and you're like, oh, now I can buy all the goldfish I want. I guess, but yeah, I've never found myself,
wanting goldfish
over the age of 25 buying goldfish for myself.
Yeah, I guess. You see them. Like if you see them in someone's house and they have them out, you're going to eat them.
But I assume they have kids.
Well, except for everyone but Nick Bader.
So would it be like putting out a bowl of like dry Cheerios?
Yes, yeah, with a sippy cup of milk right next to it.
Well, look at that.
Where you're like, oh, is your niece or nephew coming over? And he's like, no, I don't have.
You know what I did not do?
No, it's Wednesday afternoon. This is what I put
right,
out.
Yeah.
You know what I did not do this year, which I need to, and I'm going to put a reminder on my phone. But Ray Jaworski used to make every year. His wife used to make flavored fifth, as he used to call it, because he had a lisp.
I oddly do remember some talk about this, and
my wife thought you guys like flavored fifth. And he was a nice guy in the world, but his wife made flavored fish. So I looked it up, and it's actually a very, very simple recipe of a bunch of different spices and like olive oil and I think like a little lemon juice that you toss like Pepperidge Farm goldfish in. And
bake them?
They're like, no, you don't.
Oh, you just toss it in that?
I think, or you might put them on a low bake or something.
Yeah.
But they're like crack. I mean, they're so fucking addicting. It's like dill and like all kinds of shit.
We'll have to get a hold of Ray and see if we can get that recipe.
No, I found it online one time. I'll look it up again. But dude, they're so fucking good. And they always do it around Christmas. And he's like, oh, here you go, assholes. Janet, make some flavored fest for you guys. He put them on the fucking table.
That's pretty spot on to his voice.
Okay.
Can you confirm or deny if Todd actually ate a real goldfish in college?
Oh, not that I saw. I totally would not put it past him, but I didn't see him eat one.
Todd, without video proof or photo proof, didn't happen, buddy.
So go back to. Let's circle back.
Yeah, and this is a recent item that I have been picking up from the store.
Okay.
The Coffee Mate French vanilla latte mix.
You could totally get that at a gas station.
No, you couldn't.
Yes, you can.
Then apparently everything I get is from a gas station.
I'm just saying you can get it at the gas station.
The Coffee Mate what?
Coffee Mate French vanilla
latte mix.
The stuff in the bottle that they keep in the gas station fridges that you just pour in?
Yes.
Not the liquid, the actual powder mix that has coffee in it.
It has coffee in it?
It has instant coffee in it, yes.
Oh, maybe they don't.
I've
never seen it before.
I could see that being on like a...
I'll give it to you.
We'll give it to you.
Yeah,
but
okay.
Yeah.
And
I've never seen it in a gas station. But.
Okay, hold on. So you're making yourself a Coffee Mate latte.
Yes.
And how are you doing this?
I don't like the way your nostrils just flared like that. but you don't like coffee, you told me.
I don't. This is the closest I've come to an actual
walk us
drink.
Walk us through how you're making this. Because you just learned how to use it in an oven.
He's stirring in water.
Cup of milk in the microwave. 2 minutes. Take it out. Stir it. Put it in another 2 minutes. Take it out. Put it in my
4 minutes microwaved milk.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Take it out. Either put it in the coffee cup I have at home, or I have my Yeti that I've been using to put in and take it to work.
Yeah. But where does the latte mix come in?
Oh, after the 4 minutes, take it out and put 2 scoops of the latte mix in, and
that's got coffee in it.
Yeah.
Because it sounds like some coffee flavored milk, is what it sounds like.
No, it has instant coffee in it.
Okay.
Baby steps. I'm
that's
okay
true.
with Cory
Again,
slowly walking.
This is the closest I've come to actually
drinking coffee.
liking a
Yeah.
coffee drink.
No, I was gonna say slowly inching and shuffling his way towards adulthood and coffee.
Does Danielle drink coffee?
No, as a matter of fact, I let her try some. She's like, "Oh, that tastes way too much like coffee."
Oh, she wouldn't even drink that.
No, she wouldn't even drink.
Are
that.
there any things that differentiate you guys between each other? Like, because you guys seem to like a lot of the same things.
I just told you she doesn't like the.
But you never liked coffee.
Okay, so now I like this, so that would be.
So 6 months from now, she'll like that.
No, I don't see her ever trying coffee.
Well,
of any sort.
I'm very proud of you that you're moving in the coffee direction.
I said it was a step forward. So maybe I don't know what the next step would be. Rather
Coffee.
than just I would say straight coffee.
Right. I think it's pretty clear.
Welcome
what the
to
next-
coffee.
Yeah.
But you could overstep. So I don't know.
When did you start drinking coffee?
Oh God, I don't even know. Long time.
12?
ago. Yeah, probably out of the womb. I remember when I lifeguarded.
13 open water saves.
Yeah,
I was sitting there drinking my coffee.
I'd have to be.
Saving people. Saving lives.
I'd have to be on tower at 5 a.m. So I'm like, I need some fucking coffee. And then I worked midnights for 6 years. So then I started drinking black coffee.
But he's worked midnights before. He didn't
No,
need
he
coffee.
hasn't. You haven't worked midnights.
I mean, when I get stuck, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He doesn't drink coffee.
No, he hasn't worked midnights. He's like been held over.
But will you have like a Red Bull?
Oh no, God no,
Monster?
nope.
So what are you using to keep yourself going? The nicotine?
Chew and water.
Chew and maximum effort.
Chewing water.
Water?
Sometimes I re-drink the chew
What the
water.
fuck?
Dude, ice cold water that will keep me going, especially when I get insanely tired.
I can't even imagine. Okay.
But yeah, so I'm trying to think what the spectrum is like in regards to, is it instant coffee, then off to flavored coffee, and then to black coffee, or does black coffee become? Black coffee's the end. That's the end. Okay. Because I was gonna say, like, I didn't know. I didn't know, Bob, if you ever dabbled in black coffee. No. So yeah, I took a hard turn on midnights. And I think that's just something you have to do. I don't know if it was a law enforcement thing or it was just a straight, like, 6 years of midnights thing, but it was just easier. It was just like, well, what do you want? Well, there's 2 scoops of shingles and I got 2 things of milk. And I'm like, black coffee. And it was the same way that I, like, approached drinking beer. Beer does not taste good to anyone that first starts drinking it.
That is true.
You're like, well, a lot of these people drink this, and apparently it's what you do. Same thing with smoking cigars. When you first smoke a cigar, it's horrible. This is not good. And so you're never like, oh, this is fantastic, like a real cigar. So I feel like it's an acquired taste. And I'm so glad I did, because it's so simple just to, in a pinch, roll up to, wherever you go and just be like, black coffee. And you're like,
Yeah.
just, that's it? I'm like, yep.
Yeah. I can't do it, but I wish I could.
Yeah, and I don't think man, that's gonna be years and years and years down the road if that was the case.
I'll tell you when it's going to happen. You have kids, you're gonna need that fucking coffee.
I don't know, dude, because my dad never, as much as he drank coffee, he could never do black coffee.
But
I never have.
It's along the same lines of your flavor profile in regards to your taste. And I love bitter tasting beer. I love gin, which is also bitter. I love black coffee, which is also bitter. Bob does not like IPAs, which are bitter, and doesn't like black coffee, which is bitter. So I think it's kind of how your taste buds work, like what your preference is.
That makes sense.
Yeah, for me it works, but
Yeah, it was like I eventually moved away from like half and half to just milk. Moved away from sugar to stevia. So, baby steps. Who knows? Maybe black coffee's in my future. Don't know. But yeah, whether you're going to like night school or you're trying to put yourself through like law school or you're having babies, that sort of shit is going to put you on coffee real fucking quick.
We'll see.
so what are we about to do now, Bob?
We're going to do a Schnozzcast shot. So please join us.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Merry Christmas.
Thanks for humoring me, Cory. Let's go into a little gentleman's agreement.
First, real quick, thank you, Alina, for these shot glasses.
Yes,
these
thank
have worked
you.
fantastic.
Awesome shot glasses.
And we also do have to back up to my queso predicament.
Oh shit! I'm sorry, I forgot about that.
I can make it real quick.
Tell us
go ahead.
this sounds like the trolley problem. Tell us about the queso predicament. It sounds like a Robert Ludlum mystery novel.
So the other night I
The
come home.
queso predicament.
I come home and I'm going through the fridge real quick to see what we have and what I can grab real quick to make. And
Out of fish sticks, so time for queso.
this was after the fish sticks. So
Oh, okay. Fish. I've eaten all the fish sticks. What's left?
I'm kind of like, I don't know. So I grab we had some Tostitos queso, just a bare minimum amount left over in the very bottom of the jar.
Like you're getting your knuckles all
Yeah,
queso-y from trying to dig.
If it wasn't a glass container, I would have cut it in half. And,
yeah.
So I'm digging around
Story's
with
old
a
as
spoon,
time. Seen it 1,000 times, Cory.
get a dish, a little dish about that big with maybe just a half an inch of queso on
So
the bottom.
you go the extra mile where you're not just like, white knuckling it into the jar to get the queso out. You're actually going to get a spoon.
Oh,
try to
yeah.
extract every drop of queso you can get
As much
into
as
a container
possible.
that's a little more conducive to dipping than the jar.
Oh, God, yeah.
And then you're off to the races.
Yes.
Okay.
Put that in the microwave. There's so little in there, even the very little amount of time that
Did you
I put.
reduce it to nothing?
It started crisping on the sides of the little dish I was microwaving it in. I'm like, well, whatever. It's the only queso that I have in
Wait,
the house.
hold on. Do you always have to have your queso warm?
Yeah. I'll always warm it up.
I will buy like a jar of the Tostitos queso and put it in the fridge and
Eat it
like
cold.
that's yeah.
I
I
mean,
don't
actually,
ever
like-
heat it up.
I like it. I like queso both ways. I just want to be
Nice.
specific.
What did I save?
Thanks. between the two of you, but if I have queso, it can't be room temperature. It either has to be in the fridge for 2 hours, cold, or it needs to be hot at a restaurant.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean, if someone's like, oh, yeah, this is all you're going to get, you can only have it cold. I wouldn't,
but you
I
would
wouldn't turn
prefer
it
to
down. But
warm
yeah,
it up.
if I
Okay.
can warm it up, I'm going to warm it up.
Right.
So yeah, it comes out starting to crisp on the sides. I'm like, oh, this is all I got right now, so I'm going to eat it. And as I'm at the sink washing the burnt queso out of the little dish I put it in, I look over. I'm like, what is that bag that I didn't notice earlier? That's from Qdoba with grease coming out of it.
What?
I open it up. I'm like,
Chips.
oh, freshly made tortilla chips from Qdoba. I'm like, well, those would have been nice to have with my queso, but I guess I didn't.
But you didn't run out of chips. You literally just ran out of queso.
Just ran out of queso.
Right.
So then I go to the fridge, and I look, and strategically placed behind the old queso jar that I dug out of was a brand new full tub of Qdoba queso.
I've done that to my kids.
I literally stood there in the kitchen by myself and just went, what the fuck?
Like, you're going to eat this first, and if you're still hungry, you can have some of this.
Well,
It's an optical
No,
illusion,
it was the optical illusion that she knew I would see the Tostitos queso
Yep.
that I have there and that's been there. So if she slides the fresh Qdoba queso behind it,
Yep.
I'm just going to go to the fridge and grab the first one because I think
Did
that's all that's
did
there.
you spite eat all of that Qdoba queso? I would have
Force-fed
I can see you
myself.
staying up for another 2 hours eating all of the
Right
queso.
down the drain.
I would have never done that. That's just blasphemous.
That's
but,
just crazy talk.
Yeah. But I did write, so we have a dry erase board on the fridge that I wrote a strongly worded note about the queso situation. So,
The queso predicament.
yeah.
As,
yes.
as it's come to be known in legend on what's the name of your street? Don't say the name. Let's just say it's Cleveland
What's the name of your street? Don't say that.
The legend of Cleveland Street.
Yeah.
So
The queso predicament.
So I'm more intrigued by the dry erase board. This is like the two ships in the night. This is how we communicate with each other, so we don't wake each other up with text messages. Or I know you won't wake up from a text message on your end, but
No, it's a passive aggressive way to say "fuck you" for that queso hidden in the back.
Well,
of the
yeah,
fridge.
but you've only got each other living in this house, so you're living with each other. So it's not like a gaggle of roommates where you're like,
No. And
hey, please don't eat my pizza. You know,
No, that's exactly what it's like.
No, I know, but he could easily text Danielle and be like, hey, don't touch this. Usually a dry erase board is for like a house full of people. So, or like things we need.
yeah, no, it's for messages that I know she's going to see the next morning, or she knows I'll see
That
when I
are
come home from work.
little too tender to give. Like while you're waking her up out of a dead sleep when you've gone to bed at like 4 a.m.
Could we get a plaque made above it called Cory Stories?
Sure, we can get that made up.
And have a weekly picture that we show on the podcast?
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
So I was on intoxicated. I left Danielle this story. Some of them she might not like posted, but
That's fair.
We'll post them anyways.
Oh
But yeah,
my
so
God.
when I brought it up to her,
Well, hold on, but you didn't bring it up to her. You wrote it
Well,
on
I
the
wrote
dry
it on-
erase.
on the dry-
That's not bringing it up to
well,
her.
no, because then guess what happened?
Okay.
It was never discussed with me. It was just, we saw, and I
So
know
she passive aggressively ignored your
Yeah.
your note on the dry erase.
So we were driving the other day, and I was like, oh yeah, that
I see where this is going.
that queso.
Yeah.
What queso? So you're the Tostitos queso?
Oh, she brought it up, and you.
No, I brought it to her.
Of
okay.
course you did.
Okay.
I was getting because I was.
Did you not see my dry erase note?
Oh no, because she erased it, so I know she did.
Cory, were you like, okay, so were you really like tossing and turning about this at
It
night?
sounds like he was awake.
No, but after he went to
This was
two
hours after it happened. Yes,
two ships in the night.
It was still
probably
stewing.
happened. It happened at nighttime, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, of course it did. So Danielle was in bed. It was at nighttime. Cory wrote a very
Strongly worded. message.
worded note on the dry erase board. He woke up. The message was erased, but there was no follow-up
Acknowledgement,
message
right.
or anything like that. And he was like, son of a bitch. Listen here. I need to know your thoughts on this queso situation because I want to know really what went down. So how did that go?
So I said, "What the queso in the fridge? Oh, what queso? The queso the Tostitos queso?" I said, "No, the new fresh queso from Qdoba."
Hold on, but before you went to bed, how much of that did you eat?
I was nice. I didn't touch a fucking lick of it.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, good for you, man.
Yeah, I want to say he was
Danielle,
probably
you're
full.
a lucky girl.
I think he probably ate other things. And then,
But hold on. The eating something out of spite is far more satisfying than if you were hungry.
no, I know, but I could see Cory like really like scrounging around for things, eating to his heart's content. And the only reason that Cory would be that pissed is if he was like, oh, well, finally I'm done eating all this shitty food. Like, I'm really not that hungry anymore. And then finding it and then being like,
Yeah.
fuck, I wish I was hungry right now because I would eat that.
Yeah, no, I definitely could have at the time, but I said I was nice about it and left it. But so she just blindly was like, oh, yeah, what queso? I was like, the fresh Qdoba queso that is in the fridge that was tactically placed behind the Tostitos queso.
Right.
Behind no, I just put it in the fridge.
Did you?
And I'm like, well,
Is
that's
that-
weird.
is that
'cause
what you did?
You would have had to reach around a jar
Yeah.
to put it behind that. So, yeah, you didn't just open the fridge and place it right there because then it would have
Right.
been seen. She started kind of giggling. She's no, I just placed it right in the fridge. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna go home and eat the shit out of that queso.
Yeah.
So you better not.
Oh.
Yeah, and she got very defensive about it. I'm
Yeah,
like,
well, she just gave herself away.
well, and guess what?
She should have said, oh, that's fine.
Yeah, I don't care.
I just put it in the fridge.
To bring this story full circle.
Yeah.
Do you have the queso with you? Oh, that'd be amazing if you pulled the queso out right now.
No, when I go home.
Guess what we're eating tonight, boys?
Damn it.
If I go home tonight and
Yeah.
it's still there, guess who's eating that fucking queso?
And it's still there.
Guess who's-
When was
guess-
this?
Guess, yeah, it's not going to be there.
3 days ago.
Dude, it's not going to be there.
She said she was going to eat it.
Yeah.
Dude, Cory, you can't. You lose your badass status when you
I'm
don't.
not looking for badass
when you
status.
don't eat it that night. You then talk to her about it. She's like, I don't even know this queso. Then you say, well, too bad I'm going to eat that queso. And she's like, don't you dare. And you're like, well, in 3 days' time, it's mine.
But hold on.
It's only a day
Hold
time
on.
since we've had this conversation.
Perhaps he's.
so.
And by the way, I've defended you on
All night.
countless
All night.
occasions tonight.
Yeah.
What if Cory's playing the long game?
Which long game is that?
Where you just sit and you bide your time and you twiddle your thumbs like Snidely Whiplash and you twirl your mustache and and you say, "Oh no, you go ahead and eat that queso. I've got bigger plans for you."
What are the bigger plans?
I don't know. That's the long game.
That's the long-
That's I can't
yeah,
explain
that's-
to you what.
Well, you would have to probably explain that to me.
Yeah, but
for
where-
me to get on,
where,
you're convincing me to get
I
on
could-
board.
I could eat all the queso tonight, but you know what? I'm gonna let you eat that queso.
So what-
I've got something even more dastardly.
What
planned for you.
what I would do is I would let that queso go rotten.
But that's my point. That's
Hold
the
on.
long game.
Hold on. I would let that queso go rotten. And then
throw that in her face?
No. No.
Wait, why is there queso being thrown in her face?
Not literally.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Well, actually, now that you bring it up.
And we all know from Danielle's last meal conversation that she really loves chicken nuggets. And I would get the best chicken nuggets you could find and hide them behind subpar chicken nuggets in the fridge. And then
Who can play this game?
Eat them in front of her.
Actually, you know what? She does love Chick-fil-A nuggets.
Yeah.
And I have very easy access to Chick-fil-A.
Corey.
What?
Corey.
You got an inside man?
Listen, hold on.
I do.
We're on to something. Listen to me.
Okay.
Chick-fil-A nuggets, right? Inside of a vegetable dip container. Don't even label it as Chick-fil-A.
Just put it in an Oreos box.
Yeah.
No,
no,
eat the Oreos box?
she would eat the Oreos. But
She hates Oreos.
oh, well,
See?
shrimp,
Problem solved.
a shrimp container.
She hates shrimp.
I know.
Yes,
she would
that's the
never go
point.
in there.
Right.
No. Here's what to do, and I see where you're going with it.
Yeah. Do you?
But to take a nuggets box,
yeah.
like a McNuggets box, put the Chick-fil-A nuggets in
subpar
there,
nuggets.
put those in the back, and a Chick-fil-A box up front with the McNuggets in there.
Yep.
And when she opens them up, thinking, "Oh, I'm going to have Chick-fil-A nuggets," they're just McNuggets
Yes.
in there. And then later, I can be like, "Oh, look at these Chick-fil-A nuggets I had in the back of the fridge."
You could do that.
Yeah.
But if someone truly liked nuggets, does she love nuggets or just Chick-fil-A nuggets?
Well, there's
I mean,
nuggets and then there's nuggets.
Well, I know because it would be like her saying, "Well, I took this Tostitos queso and put it in a whatchamacallit, Qdoba container." I have a feeling Corey would probably be just as happy thinking he's getting Qdoba queso, and he would eat it all and be like, that's fine. I mean, my mindset would almost be like,
No, there's a difference.
or what if you took a Chick-fil-A container and filled it with celery?
He doesn't have celery to put in there.
Well, you'd have to purchase the celery.
He's never going to purchase. They don't sell celery at gas stations.
And just set up your GoPro in the kitchen and watch her open the box of Chick-fil-A and see a big pile of celery.
Well, as with any sort of
Masterful plan.
thermonuclear war that you're going to initiate with your spouse, you really need to just take a step back and ask yourself, what is to be gained here? What is the end game for this scenario? What do I hope to accomplish?
Teach her a lesson.
Right. but also not to torpedo the entire relationship.
No, and not
Yeah.
so she abstains from sex or anything like that.
Exactly.
But yeah, no, Corey, I agree. I think what you're doing is probably the best passive-aggressive way to do it, because even if she didn't notice and she had that small amount of happiness thinking she was eating Chick-fil-A nuggets, you would always know in the back of your head that they were subpar.
Oh no, I would also bring it up to her and throw it right in her face.
Like the queso.
All right, so maybe he's not playing the long game. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt.
Maybe one day on something. We'll see.
You can be like, "Hey, honey, I picked up some Chick-fil-A on the way home from work, so I know you love those. I only got 6. Why don't you have those? I'll have my fish sticks." And then as soon as you're done with dinner and she's like tapping her mouth with her napkin, you're like,
Oh, these Chick-fil-A nuggets.
I'm going to get these real Chick-fil-A nuggets back here and then just start eating them.
I will say she would know instantly, though, the second that they're not Chick-fil-A nuggets, because they don't.
Just be like, I don't know. I mean, look for the closest ones you can find, like
It's going to take a lot of
like
work.
the Kroger ones or something.
That's too much effort here. You're asking him to do work.
All
he's
is
not.
fair in love and war, sir.
It depends on how committed you are.
So there we go. There's the Queso Predicament.
Corey, I'm trying to think back of what we talked about, but I can think of no better episode title than the Queso Predicament.
I hope it is the front runner. We'll see.
All right, sir. Gentleman's agreement.
There you go.
So if you're new to the podcast, what we do every week, it seems, is assign each other. Well, it is exactly what it appears. Gentleman's agreement every week. We assign each other a pick, either a documentary or a TV series or a movie that we want someone else, we think that they will like. And so we assign it to each other, do round robin, and then the next week we have to come back and give a review on that on that pick before we move on and do the rest. Is why is everybody leaving? Everybody's taking their fucking headphones off. I mean, I guess I could go first.
No, I'm not going to leave you hanging.
I can go first if you got to go do something.
Yeah, but I want to hear you.
Well, do you?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So I will go first. I had to watch. The guy who assigned it to me just went in the bathroom. Wait, what did you have, Nick? Yeah, let's start with you because that was not assigned. She's not even here.
Yeah,
okay.
I didn't have to even ask who assigned it to me,
right?
Because it was absolutely fucking horrible.
Fair enough.
Absolutely ridiculous, and it was
Bad Mom's Christmas.
Bad Mom's Christmas, which would be fantastic if you were a mom or a woman
or bad,
or a girlfriend or a daughter.
Sure.
But for a man to watch this show, not so much.
Torture.
I feel like Danielle did this out of spite.
Are you now? That not too many times have we done this. Where are you going to ask for your money back? Did you pay for this?
No, it was on Netflix.
Okay.
Yeah, or I absolutely would. This was, and God bless.
60-second review.
Yeah, God bless all the women out there, and God bless all the men that have to watch women's movies. But this was a chick flick by any stretch of the imagination.
Okay.
It was like the only thing I can describe it as would be like, hey, what would be a quirky, funny movie that we can watch after our December?
What the fuck?
Like after our live podcast.
Yep.
After our December.
I'm just listening. You're doing all the talking.
After our December bachelorette party. Oh, this would be really funny for us to all watch together. Like it was that kind of movie. Like if you had a bachelorette party in December, great movie that you could all watch like while you're drinking. It had about
that sounds horrible.
It had about 4 men and about 120 women in the movie, and it was about women and their mothers around Christmas time. 3 sets of women, 3 sets of mothers. And
go on
to the effect of women going to male strip clubs, and I mean it was not a movie a dude would be like, fuck yeah, this was a great movie. it was not good.
It didn't give you some sort of glimpse into the female brain.
No, it was like a female buddy movie. If that makes,
but an unfunny one.
I mean, it was okay, but it was just there were too many like, oh my god, well if his dick is big, moments that were like that dudes really couldn't associate with. Like that's more of a what girls talk about at a sleepover kind of thing. And no offense, I'm sure it's a hysterical movie.
Yeah.
For a bunch of girls to watch.
Who've had to put up with male movies, the equivalent.
Yeah,
for decades.
Absolutely. But to give to me, not
it's
so
like
much.
See what we've had to put up with. Well, now
I mean,
it's our turn.
Yeah, it was almost like some jackass like all male cast movie that there was a lot of grunting and burping and farting. Like, and I'm like, oh, you're gonna love this. I mean, that was kind of the equivalent. So no go
on the Bad Mom's Christmas.
No,
all right, fair enough. Sorry, Danielle. Cory.
Bob, what'd you have?
What I have?
Yeah.
I had Eater's Guide to the World. Assigned by Cory. So I watched, this is on Hulu. I watched the first 4 episodes. Actually, that's a lie. I watched the first 3 and then I skipped to number 5. Wanted to keep it in the U.S. So I went with the LA episode. Narrated by Maya Rudolph, who, like, automatic home run. Love Maya Rudolph. It was essentially sort of a geographic food show centered around a particular part of the country or the world and their local cuisine, and interviewing a lot of the people who frequent these places, nightlife. Like one of them was about New York, late, after midnight New York food, whether it's Korean food, whether it's barbecue, wherever you can get. Another one was LA. So yeah, it was really interesting. I burned through like 4 episodes in not too much time. A nice, easy watch. Very entertaining, and I don't know if I put it up against like a like a Gordon Ramsay cooking show or like a Anthony Bourdain
no
travel log.
No, and that's why I gave that one to you, because there's a couple of, like, actual cooking shows I have for Nick. But I thought that was, more your speed to,
This good call. This is probably more my speed. Nick would probably would have been bored with this one.
Yeah, it's really not about the idea of like, oh, how the food's made and this is what we do with it. It's just about, oh, this is good food. This is where the place is at, and like, kind of like this is the culture behind that place.
Yeah.
So and again, and I think with having Maya Rudolph as the narrator, that kind of gives you the idea of it's not a serious cooking show by any means. It's
but if like the kind of nightlife and people watching that would be like, what kind of restaurants would these people go to and what kind of food would they serve there, and what's sort of the atmosphere, not necessarily like how do they make the food, but just sort of like the view of like cuisine at this particular place at this particular time of the year or of the day or of the week.
Yeah. If you happen to be in this area and you haven't tried it, or you're going to be in this area, like this is something you should look into.
Yeah, for sure. They did a Portland episode. It was a really easy watch. They're only 30-minute episodes, so if you're looking for something along those lines, Hulu, Eater's Guide to the World.
All right. I'm on a roll with your picks.
With like good. Well, you gave me the last two before Christmas Chronicles.
I didn't give you Christmas Chronicles.
Right, that was Danielle. Yeah.
So I said I'm on a roll with your picks. I was not.
All right, what do you got?
I had to watch Frequency.
Now, to be fair, this is not the movie.
Yeah.
This is a series.
The series on Netflix.
Okay.
Dude, we have to wait till Nick gets back for this because he's the one that assigned it.
For shit's sake.
Literally, that's what's happening. Is shit's sake.
Well, you can start. Give a 60-second synopsis.
Don't even need that one.
Okay.
So, if anyone has seen the movie Frequency,
it's the series.
Don't watch the series. If you've seen the series Frequency, don't watch the movie.
It's the same exact story?
They have some caveats, Bob.
Okay, let's hear what they are.
In the TV show...
I've never seen the movie, so...
Yeah, I know. You told me that.
Oh, well, Jesus. All right. I won't tell you again.
In the TV show, they got a little crazy.
Spoiler alert.
Rather than 30 years apart, like the movie.
Yep.
They did
32. They
did a 20-year span.
No fucking way.
Okay, hang on. Here's where the real plot twist came in. I was thrown off by. Mm-hmm. It took a while to wrap my head around because I'm like, okay, I've seen the movie, but not seen the TV show, and they correlate very closely. But the dad was a firefighter in the one, and in the movie, yeah, and in the TV show, they're police officers.
Both police officers.
Yeah. I'm like, oh wow, this really throwing me off.
Okay.
And it was in the TV show, father-daughter rather than father-son.
Okay.
Only difference.
Gotcha. Did they improve on it at all? I've seen the movie many times, but not the series. Did they any new take that they gave you on it?
No.
When did the movie take place? Because I know nothing about the movie, so enlighten me.
Might I recommend the movie? I love that fucking movie.
It's a great movie. But that's why I said if you're gonna watch, if you've seen the movie,
watch one or the other.
Yeah, there's no point in watching the TV show.
Okay.
Not that it was a bad pick. I mean, it's well done. They have a great cast.
And he'd never seen the movie, so
yeah. Never.
But I mean, if you were to go watch the movie now,
it would be spoiled for him.
He'd be like, you'd really be like, okay, I've already seen all this.
But
before.
Clearly, the movie would be a much more shortened version.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, less than 2 hours.
Yeah, less than 2 hours. And so you're looking into, there was 12 episodes?
Yeah.
Are they an hour long?
Yeah.
So 12 hours?
Yes.
Wow. And they didn't delve any deeper into like the characters, or the crimes, or any of that kind of shit?
Not. I mean, in a just more of a drawn out version.
Did you watch first two?
I watched the first 7.
First 7?
Yeah.
All right. Well, so it sucked you in for 7 out of 12 episodes.
I was hoping something was going to change.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know if it does, like towards the end. I think I'm on like episode 10 right now.
So I read a quick overview of the 12th episode, the last one.
Don't give it away if it's because I still
No, I won't because you haven't seen the movie. So it doesn't seem like there's much difference, but it also doesn't seem like it seems like they should have renewed for a season and they didn't.
Yeah, they should have. There was Frequency, the TV show. People were completely outraged. They're fucking pissed. They were like, "What the fuck, dude?" Like, because it actually did really well.
Yeah,
And,
I don't doubt that it did well by any means. But like I said, if you've seen the movie, then you're kind of like, well, I get this.
but I could also see from a director standpoint. Well, first of all, I mean, if you're completely stealing the plot, I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen the movie. I can't imagine that a hour and 55-minute movie has as much detail as 7 hours of footage, if not 12. They probably just expand or add a couple new things, some new crimes, whatever it may be, to kind of tail, the killer. Did they call it the same thing in the movie? Was it the Nightingale Killer? So, I mean,
it was
to expand on it, I mean, that's great. I mean, it's a great idea to expand on it into a show. What I would say is if it was a brand new idea, if it was a brand new thing that had not been done in a movie, at least not a recent movie, and you got towards the end, I could see doing one season, like from the beginning, knowing that you're going to do one season and being like, there's only so far we can go with this.
right, but you bring that to a conclusion. If you only have one season, and clearly, like I said, it seems like they didn't know they were only going to have one season.
What I can't imagine it got canceled, because what I read was that people were super pissed off the way it ended.
Like I said, I haven't seen the last episode yet, but I'm just reading about the last episode. Well,
you said there's 12. You only got to 7. So
I'm sorry. There's 13, and there's an epilogue as episode 14. But obviously that's not an actual episode.
So the movie, when was the movie made?
2000. Oh no, the movie was
early 2000s, probably, right?
I believe the movie.
Yeah.
I can let you know here in a second.
I mean, the cool thing that I thought about in the season, and maybe it was the same thing in the movie, but
2000.
Okay.
Yeah, in the season, it was supposed to take place in the 90s, like that the dad was in the 90s.
Yeah, he was stuck in 96.
So the coolest part about it to me was that very, very small aspect of how Stranger Things does stuff is, if there was a radio or a TV on when they were like in the dad's mode in the 90s, like all 90s hits like playing in the background.
Yeah.
Like if he was driving in his car, you had, Blues Traveler on or something like that. So for me, that took me back, so I thought those were cool little moments that they really polished in the season. That kind of got you on board with it a little bit more, because it's hard. You look back at Friends and stuff, and some of the stuff, like some of the hairdos and stuff, it's easy to kind of translate. But other stuff, I mean, most things with the 90s you could wear today, and people wouldn't be like, "Whoa, what are you wearing?" It doesn't really strike that timeline like a Flock of Seagulls haircut would in the 80s,
Right.
Fair enough. Yeah, and again, it wasn't a bad show.
Don't watch both.
It's just a repetition of the movie in a longer version.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So yeah, not bad. I enjoyed it. I'm definitely going to finish to see, where the final episode came to and what everyone was up in arms about.
So, were there any like big name actors in the movie?
Mekhi Phifer was probably the biggest.
Did you like the story told better with firefighters or cops?
I mean,
Or did it not make a
really didn't
difference?
make a
Was it
difference
negligible?
because it was about the end goal of what what they were trying to do after finding out that they had this communication to talk to each other from the past into the future.
So to me, like, I thought that, I mean, at the time that I gave you the movie, you said, is it the same plot? Bob's like, oh yeah, there's a movie called Frequency. I wouldn't have thought based on the plot that I'm like, this is going to be kind of hard for Cory to wrap his brain around because I know you're not into like sci-fi shit.
No, but they don't. It's not played as a sci-fi aspect really. It's played as the idea that, and I know there's going to be two different camps on, is there a way to time travel or to be able to look back in time and all this and that. Time is an endless thing that you can't really quantify. So you should be able to actually go back and look at things
Mathematically, I mean,
yeah,
they think
so,
you can. Yeah.
Yeah. So looking at that aspect, to me, that's not really sci-fi. That's an unexplored part of our universe that no one's really figured out yet. To me, at least, that's the way I look at it. Do I believe it's possible? I mean, I don't see why not. I could definitely see it being a feasible thing.
I mean, to me, it's like, yeah. I mean, I love the allure of, somewhat fictitious things that, are kind of fanciful in nature. But, to think that, oh, well, all my relatives that have died hundreds of years ago are still living in some parallel universe that I just need to tap into. I mean, that, when I think when you're gone, you're gone. So that doesn't make sense to me. But, astrophysicists and quantum physicists and shit like that would probably disagree and be like, oh, well, it's actually all relative. And as long as you can,
right.
You know what I mean? So I don't know, but it was definitely an interesting concept. So I think we're all three of us are on the same page because in one avenue or the next, we liked the idea of it, but only seeing it once.
Yeah, I can deal with just once. But yeah, good pick.
All right, I'm going to try to see if I can pull him in here real quick.
Who's him?
Todd.
Oh.
So Lori said the podcast was freezing.
Yeah, so did Todd. The Wi-Fi got a little weak for a second, but it sounds like everything's back on track.
Hello,
Todd.
I'm here.
All right, sir. We just finished doing the gentleman's agreement reviews for the week, so we're going to do some picks.
I got it.
You in?
I'm in.
All right, so what I'm going to do is take my Excel spreadsheet and try to figure out. Perfect. Okay, so substituting your name for Danielle. Here's what we drew. I'm going to assign one for Cory. Cory's going to assign one for Todd. Todd, you're going to assign one for Nick, and Nick's going to assign one for me.
Okay.
Will that work, Todd?
Got it.
All right. I don't know if you need to tailor your pick for giving something to Nick, but just so you know who you know what I mean.
I'm already ready.
All right. Well, it's all right. So you're getting for Nick. What do you got for Nick?
I have Nick. You have Netflix?
Yeah, absolutely.
Jingle Jangle, baby.
Okay.
It's called Jingle Jangle?
Yep.
Got it. All right. Cory, you got one for Todd?
I didn't expect Todd to be on here, so I would have tried to tailor something a little better for him. But
this is a good. So this is the first time he's experienced. So Todd.
So Todd, as you know, I'm a fan of the documentaries.
Yep.
So I'm gonna give you Hail Satan.
Wow.
There's a question mark on the end of that if you didn't know.
Got it.
That's on Hulu.
With a question mark.
All right.
Okay.
I'm on it.
All right, Nick, you got one for me?
I do. Bob, your pick is called Away on Netflix.
Away?
Away.
Show or movie?
It's a series.
Okay. All right. So, Cory, have you seen Watchmen?
Dude.
The movie?
Yeah, we went and fucking saw it in the IMAX together when it came out.
I can't remember. Dude.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Wow. Thank you, cousin, for all the amazing moments we have had together.
Hey, was that last year we went to see it?
That's all.
Or was it 8 fucking years ago?
I remember it, so there's no reason you shouldn't.
Good for you, 30s guy. Have you seen Warrior?
No.
Well, that's what you got.
Okay. Is that on?
That is a great.
You're gonna have to buy it.
That is a great. No, I don't think so. It's with Tom Hardy and God, who's the guy? Is it Joel Edgerton?
I couldn't.
Todd, have you seen this one?
I haven't.
You have not. It's on Prime Video and it's on Hulu, so you got off light.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, Joel Edgerton, Tom Hardy.
All right.
2011.
Nick.
All right.
That's why I brought him.
Todd, any thoughts?
Oh, I'm excited.
You're gonna so yeah, I'm keeping track of this because otherwise, we're gonna forget week to week. So you got a thing on Hail Satan on Hulu.
Yep, I got Hulu. I'm good to go. I'm ready to see it. I'll probably watch it tonight. Remember, it's only like 11 o'clock for me.
That's true. Cory, Hail Satan is one documentary or is it a series?
No, one documentary.
So like less than 2 hours?
Yeah, I'd say maybe hour 30.
Oh, dude, yeah. Todd, you got a softball right off the bat.
I know.
And so what we do is when we come back in next week, we'll bring you back in here. We're going to do like a 60 to 90 second synopsis of what it was. If you want to do a spoiler filled review, that's fine. We're just going to say it up front, or you could do a spoiler free and just tell them what you thought. And if you had to pay for it, and it was so offensive,
Todd would then owe me $100.
you can ask for your money back.
Todd can't ask for anything fucking.
Fuck yeah, he can't. We heard the review that Nick gave tonight. If he had to pay for that one that Danielle signed, he would have asked for his money back.
Oh God, yes, I would have.
Todd, if anything, we're going to send you the invoice for you taking over the chat room. So
Sweet. We got to deal with the delay. I'm glad you guys called me because there's a bit of a delay, but this was awesome. I'm enjoying myself already.
All right.
Well, good, sir. And you know what I hope, too, is because it seemed like when it was a little earlier in the night, we had a lot of people kind of jumping in and talking. And now that's getting a little later, especially, our time here. I think once we do one that starts, 9:30, 9:45, hopefully there'll be a lot of chitter chatter in the room.
Yeah, I'm ready.
I mean, I was looking for chitter chatter, so that's good.
Of course, you are.
Todd, have you got some kind of libation that you can do with us? We have some moonshine-soaked pickles from Old Smoky.
Ooh! I have a libation in front of me. I don't have moonshine, so smoked pickles.
What's your libation? What are you drinking?
I got a little bit of a red wine blend from Sigil Cellars here in Washington.
I heard red wine, and that's all I got.
Yeah, red wine blend.
Red wine blend. Okay.
Well, cheers, sir.
Cheers.
So, cheers to you.
Cheers. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays, guys.
You too, brother.
All right.
And save me one of those pickles or mail me one.
It's coming in an envelope tomorrow, Todd.
Todd.
Mark's big dildo. Attention, Todd Dillon.
Hey, text Bob your address. He can send it to me,
Sweet.
and I'll send you a jar of them.
Done.
All right, buddy.
Hey, by the way,
Yeah.
Actually, before I go, I got to say, especially since I'm on the air. Hey, Nick, I didn't get home in time to do my traditional prime rib for Christmas dinner.
Yep.
But I applewood smoked a rack of pork.
Ooh.
That freaking knock the socks off it. I'll text over a picture of Bob. Take a look, see.
Fantastic. Sounds great, dude.
Well, Todd, you're only confirming the fact that we have to come out there even sooner now.
Absolutely. Have a great night. Awesome show.
All right, brother.
Good night,
Thanks
brother.
a lot.
Love you.
See you, Todd.
Love you too.
Cory, tell me what you got one more time. What were you assigned?
I was assigned Warrior by you.
Okay.
What were you signed by me?
Well, I already deleted from my potential
Bob,
assigned
you were
list.
with me.
All right. You guys want to do a quick pick of the week before we sign off?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. What do you got?
My pick of the week is going to be a Facebook account to follow, and it's a hunting account that I just got into called Relentless Pursuit, and my grandpa was a bit of a naturalist. My dad kind of followed in his footsteps. My grandpa raised bobcats from kittens, and was big avid hunter, deer hunter. His mother was quite the naturalist. Taking my dad up onto ladders and 20-foot ladders into trees and stuff like that, and explaining to my dad like different animals and things like that. So we all kind of grew up with that. It's just been outdoorsy kind of family. My dad's always been into small game and bird hunting and all that stuff. So I grew up watching a lot of hunting, experiencing a lot of hunting and fishing. My dad, every Saturday morning, it was hunting shows, Michigan Out of Doors. We're watching it. My grandfather and my dad have both, written articles that have been published and things like that. So, any kind of hunting show or anything like that is nothing new to me. My grandpa was a bow hunter, but my dad was not. He did small game and waterfowl. So this guy, Relentless Pursuit Hunting on Facebook, it just kind of blows me away. This guy bow hunts small game. He bow hunts large game, waterfowl, everything you can possibly think of. And they have all this like new innovative ways, like an arrow that's like a steel tipped arrow with these giant tines on the side. He goes turkey hunting with a bow, which is crazy to me. And to make it even crazier, he goes for headshots. So if you're going to try and follow this guy on Facebook, at least be somewhat of a hunter. Don't just go there and be like, oh, let me take a look at his stuff, because it's pretty graphic.
Don't report our page after Nick gives us.
No, it's very graphic.
We are by no way affiliated.
No, these new kinds of arrows that he uses in Relentless Pursuit. Basically, it's full HD footage of headshots of turkeys where with a bow he takes the head clean off. Instant decapitation.
Again, not affiliated.
Yeah, it's even hard to watch for me until you get on board with the fact that it's probably the most humane way of doing it, because they're not suffering, they're not kicking around, they're not doing anything. It's literally just they don't even know what hit them and they fall where they stand. But it's a very interesting take on hunting, because one, it's a very difficult way of hunting to go for a headshot as opposed to a body, and to use a bow instead of a shotgun or rifle. So if you're into any kind of hunting sports or anything like that, definitely check them out. If you're not, do not.
You've been warned.
Cory, what do you got?
I am going to go with the new product I acquired this Christmas. I don't know if you guys can see on the table here or not, but the LaCie external portable hard drive, 2 terabytes. as of last night, I was telling Bob earlier when you were upstairs, Nick.
Uh-huh.
I wrote all the episodes, which I had to get rid of a lot on my SanDisk since this didn't have the room for it.
Mm-hmm.
But I have everything now from episode 56 with DPX, and then from 70 until 104, I was able to save onto the SanDisk. But I wrote them all over to the LaCie last night. The writing speed on it, unbelievable.
Phenomenal.
Dude, we're talking 2.5 hour videos, over 34 of them, 35 altogether. Took me maybe a minute and a half
To do all?
to do all of them.
Wow.
So
Yeah, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, and it's
And you've double checked it that they're actually there.
Dude, everyone, trust me, because I want to eventually get them off here to use this for other things. So, before I delete anything off here, I need to make sure they were on there. So I've gone through every one, and I still haven't deleted them off here yet. I'm going to double check again tomorrow night.
Just super paranoid, yeah.
Yeah, but
It's like, wow, that's way too fast.
But this is an actual moving hard drive as opposed to these are SSDs.
Mm-hmm.
So I know the writing speed is already going to be better on that, but I was not expecting to be able to take a 2-hour video and nonetheless 35 of them and just transfer them over to the hard drive.
Well, I mean,
that fast.
Yeah, I mean, you and Bob have full laptops, that can do way more things than that can, and you guys are sitting there buffering a video for 2 hours, and for that to, have 50, 60, 100 hours of footage to go within a minute, that's kind of inconceivable,
Yeah. So no, I'm very happy with it. It's gonna be. I brought it tonight because I wanted to do some work and some stuff was being transferred over. But it's gonna be the stay-at-home hard drive that all the videos get uploaded to, and they will be there for all of time.
Yeah, and remember to always have a backup for your backup. I mean, if that's what's important to you. I mean, seriously.
No, and that's going to be the next step.
Yeah, of course, because house fire in your car gets jacked. I mean, something happens, and now you're like, what the fuck? It was in one location,
No, and like I say, it was just a matter of getting more storage first. That was the most important thing, and got that accomplished with this. The next will be the backup for the backup. So
awesome. That's a great pick.
Bobbert.
Yeah, real simple. My pick is Bulldog's Cheesesteaks in Dearborn. Brand new restaurant right off Michigan Avenue, just east of Outer Drive. Was looking for a new cheesesteak place that was a little closer than Taylor at Lefty's. And got dinner for Jack and I from them tonight. Pretty good.
Bulldogs Cheesesteaks.
Bulldogs Cheesesteaks.
I haven't heard that one yet.
Yep.
No, neither have I.
Yep, check them out if you're looking for that kind of stuff. The cheese steaky, cheese subby kind of stuff.
Cheese steaky kind of stuff.
Yeah,
As most people are.
exactly.
So I want to leave you guys with one more thing because we were talking about the not necessarily shower thoughts, but the random thoughts earlier. And I told you a couple weeks ago that I came across the list that I had made. And there's like I know you don't remember, Jesus Christ.
The list?
But I have like...
Oh, it's not just me? Good.
Shaleski's list.
But I have like 100 shower thoughts on here. Okay. And the one...
Why does my butthole feel like this?
Close enough.
Why am I so hairy right here?
Porn is the most popular movie genre, despite being the only one with the same ending every time.
Okay.
Are you looking to be quoted like...
No, it's not my quote. That's someone else's quote.
Oh, I'm like, okay. Yeah, that's true.
We'll try another one.
I don't know if I don't know if I would. I don't know if I would call porn a movie.
It's a genre.
Yeah, there are movies.
I mean, I know there are movies, but most porn does not have like,
a full production. A lot of them do. A plot?
Why don't you tell me what I'm thinking? I was gonna say, like, most porn does not have like a full plot. It's like it is what it is. I mean, yeah, you have the random, like, pizza girl that walks up to the door and she's looking through the peephole and, oh, why don't you come in? What kind of pizza is this? You know, I mean, but
Pretty sure that's a plot.
okay, but not really.
I mean, just saying.
Have you ever been like,
Is this going to be the subdivisions of 2021?
no, but have you ever,
God, I hope so.
Have you ever said to yourself like, oh,
I have.
I remember all those characters in that porn. Oh, that was Alicia, and that was Stephanie, and she was the antagonist, and she was the... No, it just fucking... It happens. It just happens. I don't know what kind of howdy-towdy fucking porn you're looking at.
Howdy-towdy.
Yeah, I don't know.
What is that?
Or
That must be
hoity-toity.
Another genre?
Or hoity-toity.
I mean, whatever Bob was watching on his parents' bedroom floor when he snuck in there, that's
Oh,
Whatever-
Barbarella. Galaxina?
whatever porn he could watch.
Oh, check out Galaxina, 1982.
Bob had a glamour magazine.
Fuck that. And National Geographic.
Oh,
Old school.
that's a little beyond old school.
So anyhow,
Yeah. On that note, that's a great note to end the episode with, Corey.
it's
Fair
an
enough.
amazing no.
Yeah. Unless you had another shower thought you wanted to share with us.
I mean, I have a lot here, but all right, well, let me redeem myself. Many of the world's greatest empires were built by men who wore sandals.
That is profound.
Yeah. A sign of the times because they had not produced shoes beyond sandals at that point.
Not that
so.
they could have. They definitely could have.
So, fantastic.
Out with a bang.
Yeah.
Episode 105 of the Cam. Thank you for joining us. This is Bob signing off. Over to Nick.
Everyone have a great night, a happy Christmas, and a prosperous New Year. Corey?
Good night, everyone. See you after the new year.